A very good day. Hello, everyone. I once again accidentally muted myself. It's fine. We're back. It's Saturday. We have 2 more days of wonderful one-shots to go. I have to GM one myself this evening. I may or may not still be prepping for that, but we are back with Chaotic Lawful Pro Bono Week, our charity event that has so far been absolutely phenomenal. And I am so excited to be back here today. Um, a lot has happened this week, and we've so far collected over 3,000 euros for our charities. That donation goal that you see to my bottom right, there is actually the countdown to our 3,500 euro stretch goal, which is chap picks my haircut. No regrets in suggesting that. I definitely thought we would get this far when I suggested that. It'll be fine. Anyway, welcome everyone. I'm very excited to be here once again with you all. I'm also a little tired and a little out of it because, it's been a long week, but we're gonna do great. It's gonna be great. So, we have a wonderful D&D 5e one-shot in store for you right now. And it's gonna be about bounty hunters, so I've heard. At least that's the title. Um, yeah. So I'm also doing something at the same time, which I definitely should not be doing. Anyway, today, once again, we are doing giveaways in the breaks, which means that you can win even more prizes than just the serotonin that you will get from donating to charity. Um, I won't even let a mohawk happen. No, I won't let a mohawk happen because I think it will look ugly on me. Um, type exclamation mark win to learn more, but as with every break of every game we are doing, we are giving away a Underground Oracle Publishing bundle during the break of today's stream. I just backed their Patreon myself, and they have some wonderful stuff on there. I'm very excited. They give you D&D supplements for both sides of the table, so for both GMs and players alike. For example, you will see their what was it? Their pseudo dragon race that you can play tonight on my stream, and yeah, that it would be awesome if you checked that out. So thank you very much, Underground Oracle, for sponsoring our event and for giving away so many quarterly bundles to our supporters, as well as I think every donor or every winner gets a Purple Ether LLC bundle that they so graciously offered us to give away a lot, which includes their system agnostic chase supplement called After Them, and their new RPG that they just released. Also sponsoring our event, but that giveaway will be tonight during my game, Loot Tables. The Loot Tables Kickstarter just started yesterday, just went live, and actually is already backed. So if you want to give them a big Kickstarter and a big event there, you should definitely go and check them out. We have multiple chat commands for you to check out our sponsors. And amazingly, even more amazingly actually, we have another donation doubler today. DM Yeti not only pushed us past the 2,000 euro mark on Thursday night, but also has offered us today to double our donations up to 250 euros. So if you only have a little bit to give, just know if you give it early in the day, it will be counted double, which means that if you give 5 euros, their charities will receive 10 euros thanks to the amazing DM Yeti who has been so gracious to offer us that boon. They just had a pay raise and they wanted to do something good with it, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. They didn't want us to plug anything for them because they said they didn't really have anything, but I have to say, like, just a really nice follow on Twitter for one, like a genuinely great guy, but also just, I don't know, they do a lot of fun stuff. They have they're a GM. Let me actually check out their website so I can tell it to them. Oh yeah, they have a blog at dmyeti.com where they tell you how to run your games Yeti style. I will put that in the Nightbot command so you can go check that out, and I will do that right now. There. D&D advice on. See, DM Yeti, I told you I could find a way to plug you. There we go. Alright, they are an amazing follow. See, we've already got vouchers. So definitely type that exclamation mark donate and donate early in the day, because everything you donate will count double, and it will also affect chaos, as we'll tell you in just a second. We are collecting today, as with every day this week, for the COVID-19 WHO Response Fund for Mind UK, a mental health charity in the UK, and the Equal Justice Initiative that fights mass incarceration and racism and disparaging of minorities in the American justice system. So 3 all very important causes, and I'm very excited to be supporting those this week, and even more excited that we've already made enough to send each of these charities 1,000 euros, which is insane. I can't believe that. That's so crazy. Anyway, I thank you all so much for all the support, and holy shit, Freddy! Thank you for donating 100 euros. That will be doubled, I guess, so we've already collected 200 today? Holy shit, I know who you are, I think. But, okay, Jesus Christ. Freddy, do you want that to be 10 wild magic surges, or like... Okay, well let's bring our players in so they can help me react to this, actually. Hey guys! Art thou ready? Alright. Your faces are now online, and your the microphones are now online. I do have to tell you that we just got a 100 euro donation from Freddy. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring you guys in because, you know, that's a lot, and it'll be doubled thanks to DM Yeti, who's offering to double the first 250 euros in donations today, which is crazy. We've already made 200 euros today, and you haven't even started playing.
We're just that good.
You're just that good. Yeah. Hey, if you want to beat Wilbur, you're gonna have to do, like, real good.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
Look at all those beautiful people. Oof, if you beat Wilbo, I don't know, Wilbo might come for you. You live in the same country, you might want to be careful.
Yeah, that's the problem, and I think he knows roughly where I live as well, which is kind of an issue.
Yeah, you might want to be careful. Alright, let's introduce you guys to our wonderful players today that will be delighting you with the Bounty Hunters one-shot. First, GMing today for you, Oliver. Hello.
Hello, I'm Oliver. You can find me on Twitter at Oliver_Biggs. Don't really have a lot to promote. I just do a bit of music, a bit of this and that, a bit of crafts. Well, yeah, I just turn up, make noise around here, and sometimes I play in games and make people very, very scared of my mental ability. So good luck.
Oliver grossly undersells himself all the time, and if you have any music that you would like made, you should definitely consider talking to him about it, because he's got a very creative soul. And yeah, I'll keep it short so you can't dispute me. Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. You can find me at Ian Flat on Twitter. I also DM and run the socials for The Mists Awaken, a D&D Curse of Strahd game here on Twitch. And yeah, we have a giveaway at the moment. You can win some Candlekeep Mysteries if you want.
Yes.
So I think that's it.
The Mists Awaken have amazing promo emails, so much. I like their taglines so much that I haven't unsubscribed from their promo emails yet, and that's a pretty big feat. When you follow them on Twitch, you get them, I think. That's how that happens. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. I think that's very fun. You know, that's a skill to not make me unsubscribe from your promo emails, so you should definitely check that out. They run an amazing campaign over there. Is it just The Mists Awaken on Twitch as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that link will be in chat, because I can do that. Boom! Alright, Drew!
Hi, I'm Drew. I don't really have anything to promote either, but I will be making dice and chainmail dice bags very soon once I finally get all of my things. So I am the God C on Twitter and Twitch. So check it out.
The God Seed. Does that mean you have godly powers?
Sometimes.
Ooh. Well,
Sometimes.
maybe. Should you send in a Charask for the €100? To God. What level are you guys?
Not high enough.
Cool.
We're level 10. It's fine.
Maybe for 200, but not for 100.
Oh, Frankie, thank you for the €10 donation as well. That will be a roll on the wild magic table that will immediately happen during the first part of the game. Hugo!
Oh, this could not be in a worse place.
Hey, I'm Hugo. I hang around on the Chaotic Lawful Discord a lot as Torgor.
Yeah.
And no real social media to plug, but I'll always be around. I draw stuff sometimes, not really enough to plug anything, but maybe I'll get to that.
Yeah. Hype. Oh, don't forget to hydrate during the chaos, says Ellie. Thank you, Ellie, for that. That's a good Chaotic Lawful drink redeem. All right.
Big cup of water.
Big cup of water. Renee.
Hi, I'm Renee, or Renee the Goblin, on Twitter. I tweet about D&D stuff, just general things. Can't really vouch for the quality of any of it. What I can vouch for the quality of, though, is I'm also Wizard Kitty Dice on Instagram. Like Drew, I am going to be opening my shop here soon in commissions. Hopefully summer is fingers crossed.
Nice. That's very cool. You got some up-and-coming creators in this one. Wow, I'm excited.
Alrighty.
Amazing. You won't believe what I just rolled on my dice for the 10,000.
Please no.
You will not.
Please no.
Well, it's 69.69. And
Does that mean I get
it's
$100?
420. I rolled 69.69 at 420. So I think that's very funny. However, I'm gonna need either a volunteer or I'm gonna have to roll a d4 to see who this affects, because it only affects
Roll a
one
D4.
person. D4, alright. Left to right, Hugo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn.
Your boots have false bottoms which may conceal small items.
Ooh.
That's cool.
You've got them
That might be really
TSA-proof boots.
They just
Alright.
apparate.
I'm getting a call back from a customer service hotline I called and had to wait half an hour for, so I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna let you guys take over the one-shot and have a lot of fun.
Okay, awesome.
Any.
Right. Well,
Real quick before we begin, I completely forgot to add it. I talked with Lorai, and we're going to keep track of whoever donates the most to this stream, and whoever does gets to choose my hair color, because I have a hair appointment in about 6 hours I'm going to. So I think Freddie is winning the race currently with that.
awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing who actually manages to do that and what they pick. Go mad. So, where to begin? On the continent of Toya, in the northwest, there is a country called the Rahasuan Theocracy. In that theocracy, there is a small town called Revental, where the party find themselves in the office of someone who is not very pleased with them. As they are sat in this hallway under heavy guard, accused of the crime of attempting to steal large amounts of weaponry from the theocracy and their official guards, they are all chained and bound, sat in the hallway at spear point, looking very, very miffed. And if we go around and starting with Ian, why don't we introduce our characters?
Hello, I am Varric, a water ganassi artillerist artificer, and with this group, well, I kind of owe a little bit of money, to a fellow party member, always, but then a commission for another party member and a lot of money to my venture capitalist father. Oh, goodness.
Okay. Renee, why don't you introduce your character?
So I am Brad the Bard. I am just kind of like vibing right now. Just got out of, college, trying to get my band, exposure for that. Really active on this current like Instagram trend, so getting a lot of follows for that. Great songs, but that's about it.
Okay. Drew.
Hi there. I am Rix. I am a half high elf medic. So I was actually hired by Varric's father to make sure he doesn't die on his adventures, but Varric does not know that, so he's also paying me to make sure he doesn't die on his adventures. So that's about it.
Okay, and finally, the final member of the party.
Spark is a red-skinned tiefling, dressed pretty conservatively in a simple gambeson and wearing scimitars at his side. He usually finds employ as a bard in some inn or the other, but he likes to perform his hobby the most, to bounty hunt for pay and for sport. And he found his way into this ramshackle party pretty recently, and is still sort of catching up to the line of events that have taken place.
So, as you're all sat there, pretty much just unable to do anything, you're sat in front of a large wrought iron door, which is just dented and damaged, but still functional. And as you're sat there just contemplating what you've done and what sort of trouble you're in this time, the door opens, and stepping through, hunched and standing up in the large hallway, 12-foot tall, jet black minotaur wearing a breastplate and loincloth, carrying a maul at his side. And you can see up close the grey lightning stars going across his chest from obviously many, many battles and many, many, many run-ins with people probably stronger than yourselves. Right. Come in. And you're led into his office. You're unshackled, and you're sat down.
My step, first of all.
Okay.
My shoes feel a bit odd.
Okay. So, as you're sat in this office, Magistrar Uthix, who you had previously heard about but never actually met, although briefly glimpsed, just leans back in his chair and regards you with a lazy eye. So, you thought that you could steal from me? Well, that is interesting. Well, what to do? I must say, Spark, although you haven't been as active this year, I would not have expected this from you. Your record's clean.
Well, thank you for the compliment, I suppose.
More
Let's
of an
get-
observation.
Say,
Well, you see, stealing from the theocracy, stealing from me, arcane means in a restricted warehouse. I'd say 15 years in the Zindan should suffice. Unless you can see him almost chewing on his words, hating what he's about to say. I need a favor. Should you say yes, I will allow you to leave, and you can go on your way freely once you complete it. Should you not, well, that's another matter entirely.
If I may, sir, I believe there may have been a misunderstanding, and I'm actually going to use my panache ability.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to do a persuasion check versus their insight to charm them for a minute.
Okay, go for it.
14.
Okay. He just looks at you and he sort of... There may well be, but the situation does not bode well for you. I rolled a natural 20, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'm a not very charismatic guy. So.
He just sort of stares down at you. He sees there's truth in your words. Mostly. My offer is this. A member of my staff has decided that they wish to abdicate to the south. Unfortunately, I do not just mean to another city. I mean far to the south. Lawmaster Engel Delex has decided to take certain personal effects of mine, including battle plans and strategy routes. Should you capture him, then I will consider this violation null and void. Say you.
Well, I think that sounds great.
Does not seem like we have much of a choice.
You seem to be seeing the truth.
Very well. I very much don't feel like settling such an issue in the royal courts. Are you people in?
I mean, I'm all about getting free stuff, so if we can get out of this for free.
Wise choice. I can give you some information as to where we saw him last, but unfortunately, there is not much information I can give you other than that. And he pulls out a small scroll, and just opens it on the table, and you can see it's a map. And he pins it at either end with a large hunting knife. It's headed north, towards the wastelands. He was seen in the company of what we assume to be smugglers. Now, why he would head north to go south, we are uncertain. But we do know that the people he was with are very, very adept at disappearing, so you only have a few days, should you wish to do this.
I got a question, DM. I've trained in cartographer's tools. I was wondering if, while looking at the map, if I can see any route that goes, kind of loops around any kind of terrain that would lead south.
Okay, roll an insight check.
Oh, I'm very good with a -1 insight. That would be a 3.
Is that plus your proficiency?
That
with
is.
cartographer's tools?
Oh, with cartographer's tools, that is. Yeah, that's a total of a 7.
Okay. It just looks like it makes no sense. There's a northward journey and then nothing.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Big Minotaur. Okay, don't piss him off. Okay.
I cannot give you much more information than that, other than going hunting him down and killing him myself. So, bring him back alive, and he will be punished, and you can watch. Bring him back dead, he will be resurrected, punished, and you could watch. Don't bring him back, just bring back the items. I have more of a reward should he disappear and not be my problem. The armory upstairs. Anything from the vault that we have confiscated, 1 item will be yours. In lieu of that, 500 gold in payment. Seem favorable.
Yeah, sounds nice. So just to be clear, if he's dead and you don't have to see him again, that's great.
The head would be fun. I can put it on a pike as a warning.
Because if you want him alive, I can bring him alive. It just depends on how alive you want him to be.
I like you. Very well. If you bring him back alive, but in a condition that pleases me, and he is definitely feeling the pain of his actions, then the reward will stand.
All right.
Good. Well, I cannot let you leave via the front entrance. People ask too many questions. He walks up and goes over to one of the side panels on the room and just punches it and pushes it to the side. And there's a human-sized brass door. He takes out a little key and hands it to... looks around and works out who the most capable is. Hands it to Rix. I trust you not to lose this. This is the only one of its kind. It's the only key to the surface I have. Hands it over.
All right.
And he just indicates towards the door.
Then I will go to the door, put the key in, and get going.
As soon as you unlock it, it opens and it's an arcane portal.
Well done. Wow, wow.
I'm just going to shove Varric through first.
This is great craftsmanship. Oh gosh!
Brad's gonna turn and try to take a selfie with it real quick.
You just see a hoof coming at you as you're stood there taking a photo. I'll say for the purpose of this, you're not impacting anything. You won't take damage, but you just...
I'll head in as well.
Yeah, we're all through.
Okay. And you appear off of what looks to be the entrance to town that you arrived at initially, and you stumble out of the archway at the entrance and turn around and see the tavern that you had visited the previous day.
A drink? Or are we going?
That door. Let me go. Hang on. I'm sorry. I think I messed up earlier. I gotta go make something right really quick. And I'll go over to the door. And is it still stuck?
It's leaning forwards a bit more, and you can hear just a faint...
And I'm guessing we also hear the I'm sorry.
It's still going. It is still going.
Oh.
I have good news and I have bad news. What do you want?
Bad news.
Okay. Well, the good news is Freddy just got back to me about his donation. The bad news is he said, let chaos reign. So that's 10 wild magic surges to disperse over this adventure. GM, I'll just let you, call them out. You can leave some for my game later if you like.
No, do you know what? I think about now would be a good time to get the first one.
Okay.
Out of his batch.
All right. Do we have any volunteers, or do I pull out my trusty
Roll the d4. I like punishing these people.
Jesus Christ.
Let Freddy pit.
Yeah,
Roll what
Freddy,
happens.
Freddy is a
Freddy
player in
happen.
my regular games. You'll see him on stream tonight, so you can punish him back if you like.
Oh, I'm going to. I have pockets that are as deep, if not deeper, and I am going to bloody get him for this.
Disable wild magic for my game. Got it. Okay. Right. Let me roll a d4 for that.
If it's a fireball right now, I'm going to be so excited.
It's not a fireball. The D10,000 Wild Magic Table of Doom has very few fireballs.
Silly.
Few fireballs.
Alright, Drew, could you roll me 5d10, please?
Absolutely.
And how old is your character?
Oh no.
I had it on here at some point. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Late 20s-ish? 28, sure.
Okay.
So how many D10s, I'm sorry?
5.
Which way does it go? Flip a
That
coin.
could be the issue.
If he was an Aarakocra, he'd be dead.
23. No. Yeah, 23.
And how old were you?
28.
Okay.
So am I now 5?
You appear to be 5, but you are not. So to everyone else, you look 5.
Wonderful.
You are still 28, and you still retain all your abilities and everything. So there's a grown person's voice coming out of this 5-year-old's body.
I've had to write that down because that's going to be hella fun later.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad I chose now.
I'm so sorry.
Pictures of kids are good for the algorithm, and he takes a picture with them.
Yes.
Oh, I will say, Varric, as you're looking at the door and you're sort of assessing it, and you turn back round, suddenly Rix is 5. And you suddenly think, what did I do? As you're starting to realize your magic is causing you problems left, right, and center, and you make an intelligence check to determine whether or not you did this.
15.
You would be able to determine you probably didn't do this. You hope. You're not responsible. But Rix, all you feel is this pulse of energy in your body randomly as you appear out of the portal and you look down and suddenly the ground is a lot closer than it used to be.
So the bank's not going to recognize him, which is going to be good for me. Okay.
Can I just go home now? I'm 5. Can I just... I didn't think this would happen today. It's fine. Is my short sword like freaking huge for me now? Short sword's the long sword.
Oh god.
I gotta hold 2 hands. Like
I would say because you keep your abilities, you do still wield it proficiently. It just looks fucking weird.
Okay, great.
Child wielding this
amazing.
This sword. To you, it looks like a great sword.
Wonderful.
Who knows how that affects you if you ever get big again? Maybe you'll be able to use great swords. Anyway.
Who knows?
I have completely lost my train of thought. I need to get back in the zone. So.
Okay, the bank won't recognize him. Maybe? I don't know. I'm going to touch the door and I'm going to end magical tinkering. So it's not repeating I'm sorry.
Okay.
Endlessly.
Okay, fair enough.
Can I walk up and just kick Varric in the shin?
I would say yes, very easily.
What did you do to me? And I want to grab his shirt and pull him down to my level.
I didn't do anything! I swear it wasn't me this time. I swear. This time.
It's okay, little buddy, as I pick you up and kind of like hold you in front of me. You can just piggyback ride, and then I put you to my back.
I will begrudgingly be okay with it.
What have I into?
I've got a short little legs.
Well, whatever works.
So
I'm gonna hand the key to Spark. Just because something bad happened to me because of it, and maybe it's the key, and I don't want to. So I'm giving the key to Spark.
I love it.
I'll slowly take hold of the key and very slowly put it in a pocket and see if anything happens.
Nothing happens to you immediately, that you can tell.
Whew, okay.
So,
might just have been a one-time.
At this point, are you starting to move northward?
I'll pull out a small die and put it to my lips and whisper and point beyond the door and say, cast message and say, I'll come fix your door when we get back. Okay, sorry about that. Bye.
Okay. If we're moving northward, I would like everyone to make a survival check, please. And I would say because you're being carried, Rix, it would be a disadvantage for you, unfortunately.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
I got a 5 for mine.
I got a 14.
0. 1 minus 1 is 0.
Spark, all on you.
Yeah, 22.
So 14 was a success, 22 is a definite success, 2 fails. You struggle to sort of follow the route you were shown at first, but then you start noticing a consistent set of cart tracks moving away, heavy duty. And as you're making your way forwards, don't. I saw it, saw the look. So as you're making your way forwards, you manage to sort of follow this track, and Spark, especially with your background and your ability to actually recognize these things, you slowly see a consistency that these are blatantly the same cart tracks, not just heavy carts. And you start to follow it, and you start to see, yes, heavy, laden down, lots of people clearly going this way, and it's heading out into nowhere. And you think, right, okay, we got this. You start to follow it up and through.
I'll
The
turn to
journey
Brad.
takes.
Sorry.
Oh, no, go on, carry on.
I'll turn to Brad and say, I think this is a long and winding road. That could be a really good song title, right?
That could. And he starts writing that down.
I'm watching you both very carefully. I'm watching you very carefully.
Don't worry about songs. Let's continue. And I'll just keep
Inspiration strikes at any time, my friend. You should know this if you're going to be in my band.
Can I do an investigation to try to make sure we're going the right way on these tracks?
Go for it. I'd say that'd be pretty easy for you. Go for it.
A lot. 29.
29. You sort of just keep an eye out and watching how the hills and all these, and it's, by the way, by hills, it's just bigger piles of mud. You're heading into the wastelands at this point, and it's just not very pleasant. And you can see you're heading typically in a northward direction. There's one point where you start to loop south again, but then you're heading north again on these tracks. And it's just to negate what looks like a very, very deep crater that is over the next hill. So if you'd have gone over the top, you'd have had a very unpleasant time. And then I need Varric, Rix, Spark to make perception checks, because Brad, you're currently just busy writing down song ideas.
I feel like that's really loud. Is that very loud?
Fine.
It's
Okay.
fine.
It
Okay.
is.
I will just
5.
not do that anymore. I got an
6.
6 and a
18.
18. So, Spark and Varric, you're sort of just looking around, and Varric, you're just obsessively just trying to come up with song lyrics in your head and just getting distracted because you keep going back to talk to Brad. Spark, you're too busy looking at the tracks and you're just following them, intently gazing at them. Rix, as you're sat on Brad's back, you sort of look and you kind of just start tapping Spark on the shoulder as caved in and obliterated, surrounded by, you're not quite sure how many people because there's not really a whole one. The heavy cart tracks stop and fly to the side with this crater where it used to be. And you can see, just stepping away from it, these deep footprints, probably about a meter long, just stepping away northward.
I think it can go like this, and I'll start doing like magical tinkering to make my hands just sound like different notes.
Okay.
Maybe something like this, and with this.
Tap your shoulder.
Huh?
I think we have some
Yeah.
more important business. And I'll
There's some things over there.
Put everything away.
Onward, Brad.
Now the
Okay, I guess I'm going blazing the trail, so to say.
We'll go
Okay.
check out those footprints and see if I can figure out what it is. I don't know. I have nature.
Go for it.
Not a lot. 14. That was a terrible roll.
I just wanted to say, in case
Can
you
we
hadn't noticed,
just-
someone redeemed 2 surges for Renee specifically.
Nice.
I think
You're also gonna be you're just gonna be like 67, and then we're just gonna be grandpa and
I
grandpa.
will say probably once we get here, I reckon we can at this point. Yeah, I reckon we can get one in here. I think this. Yeah,
All right.
perfect. Go for it.
Do you want to do one for Renee, or want to do an order of redemption?
Let's do one for Renee because we've got 2 specifics there, so we can put one in later, and
Okay.
then we'll do I reckon let's do 2, so we'll have one that happens to a random person as well.
Okay.
Which could also be Renee.
Which could also be Renee.
Yes, which just makes it funny.
Which is Ian. Okay. 3, 4, 6, 4 is this is so many pages long, you guys. 3, 4, 6, 4. Let me read. Fireball. No.
Hey, you're right next to me.
I'll be fine. You guys will get messed up. I'm gonna be okay.
Okay, Renee. Everyone you touch now knows your name. Your true name,
That
or
is
whatever it is.
Yes.
You
Wait,
know,
your name's Bartholomew?
It could it could be your Instagram name. Like, I'm not stopping that from happening, but everyone you touch now knows your name. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this.
I get it enough from there. No.
It's probably something like super embarrassing, like Brad is his like cool name,
Oh,
but
Oh yeah, Brad's the stage name for sure.
yeah.
Michael Von Trapp Sinclair III.
Yep, that's his name.
Oh God. Okay, 2810. Ian. Your character's flesh appears to turn dry and leathery like a mummy's.
So skin. Hang on. And I start taking out like
Appears.
moisturizer.
Yeah, so you don't feel it, you just see it. Oh, we got another redeem for Ian specifically. Let me write that into the document so you can put that in
Oh,
later. Thank
Varric,
you.
something
so
happened
much.
to you. You look weird. What'd you do?
I mean, you're 5, so I don't know how I could look even weirder.
Look at yourself.
You need a good
Oh.
moisturizer. I can give you an affiliate link for that.
I'll pull out the small vanity I have in my pocket because, of course, I do. Look at my moisturizer.
Is this some sort of magical effect? What's going on? Is this the place we are in?
This is a very weird day.
I would say anyone
Yeah.
proficient in Arcana, just roll an Arcana check real quick.
Oh, I'm not on Arcana, JK.
Okay, so that was a Spark. What was that?
Not proficient. I'm not rolling.
Not proficient. Okay. Brad.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Artificer should be proficient in Arcana. Yes.
I'm too busy applying lotion
enough.
to be worried about this.
Brad, you sort of notice that as you're, talking, the slate in your hand just kind of vibrates, and you feel oddly like there's just a magic swirl in the air that surrounded Varric, and then suddenly it's gone, almost as if someone was messing with him by arcane means in a way that would disrupt his day.
And
What
I
now?
pull the camera portion out and try to take a picture of him to see if I can, like what I tried in the barn.
Okay. When you take the picture, you can see a sort of wave of rippling magic sort of just surrounding him that's, as you take another one, it's gone. So it's almost like an effect that's permanent, but had some lasting residue.
Is it
Still
better?
by the cart? Still leathery, my friend.
Kinda.
So the cart
hate
is
the
still in
outdoors.
the air.
Hmm?
I suppose
And
all.
there's a meter-long footprint leading away from where the cart just was.
Well, the cart's still there. It's just not whole. It's a crater now. It's a
Okay.
broken cart and a crater.
Can I try to figure out what animal that was?
Roll a nature check if you wish.
Is there anything still or sprawled around it?
You can see bits of broken, you can see some broken bodies that are crushed.
Oh, yeah.
But not really anything that would be, useful.
I got a 16 nature. Again,
You wouldn't
horrible
be
roll
able
for
to
me.
discern exactly what it is, but the size of the footprint looks humanoid. So it's a meter-long humanoid-style footprint,
Sweet.
traveling in a slightly northward direction towards what you can see is a hill that's got some semblance of greenery, but then some rocky outcroppings that appear to be crafted into almost what look like ruins.
I just got a message. I'll be right back.
So,
Then let's get on with it then, yeah.
fair
Can't find
enough.
anything.
So,
Onward, noble steed.
Please,
be great.
please don't
I want-
ever do that again.
I want the thing that Hodor has for Bran. Like, if I could just have that, I'd be like set. I'd be good.
I can make that for you. I can make that for you if you need Ricks.
Nah, I'm all right. I need to be able to run. I got to do my sneaks.
Well, you can probably get really low to the ground now, like lower than before.
Yeah, can I
Really?
like halfling hide behind an ally now because I'm 5?
oh what? Why not? Why not? Let's do it.
Nice.
As you start to make your way, you following the tracks, or what do you do?
Yes, tracks
Yeah,
north
we're following the tracks.
towards the hill.
You slowly, you start making your way, and as you're creeping closer, you can see there's a cave entrance, but it's crafted. It looks almost like an old archway off of a castle. Pretty old. But that's the second thing that catches your attention as you see leaning against the hilltop, picking its teeth, large club on its shoulder, a hill giant.
I am immediately going to jump down from Brad and get into a sneak.
I
Okay.
will follow Rix's lead.
Okay, so if we're stealthing, can I get stealth checks, please?
I'll join as well. Stealth.
I feel like I have advantage on that. No, I have advantage on this. JK. Okay,
Okay, so what do we get?
21 for me.
Hey!
Nice.
Natural
20.
20 for 23.
Ooh.
And we're still
26.
crap.
26. What about you, Brad? What did you get?
Oh, 21.
21.
Ooh.
Pretty high rolls. Very good. So you feel like it hasn't seen you.
How
At the
far
moment,
away
that's all
is
you
it?
can see. I'd say you're probably about 40, 50 feet away as you crept around the corner of this sort of basically ruined structure built into this hill. And as you start rounding the corner, you just see hill giant.
Are there any trees or anything around, or is it kind of open?
There's some sort of basic shrubbery to one side, but there's not really a lot of like trees or bush. Like there's what you'd call like brambles almost, I suppose, growing up around certain areas, but there's not a lot.
Is it dry here, or are there like puddles at all?
Oh, it is thick mud. This is like think Glastonbury at the end of a weekend. If you've ever seen that, it's just liquid. It is not even. You can't even call it mud. It's just water that's brown that you can stand on. It's horrific. It is like watching a cow field at the end of the rainy season. Just mud everywhere. It's awful.
Wonderful. I'm just gonna climb back up, Brad.
Wipe your feet. Wipe your feet.
Would I be able to sneak closer to this thing? Like, is there a certain amount of stuff that I could try to closer to the entrance,
Well,
like while hiding from the giant, or would I know that just wouldn't work out?
I would say if anyone wants to, they can make perception or intelligence checks to try and find some way to get past this or around this in some way.
So a
It's kinda-
perception or an investigation?
Car-
is that what you
I think the question is first: are we gonna fight this thing? Are we gonna sneak past and try to make our way? Just find the cart. Our contract is about bringing back, this abdicator. It's not about killing giants, right?
Maybe Yeah, I'm
sneak
I'm
past.
with that. Let's try to not engage this creature. I'm 5. I don't want to fight a giant.
I'll look up at Spark and I don't know how you usually do things here, but we usually run on a democracy system. So if you have anything to say, just speak up and we can probably figure something out together. Yes.
Avoiding combat is certainly the best way to go about things if we're not hunting a quarry just yet. Are we not in some way suspicious of this coincidence, though, between the destroyed cart and the hill giant in this area? It's quite unusual.
I mean, he may have eaten the guy.
Question for the DM.
Yep.
Is there any historical accounts of giants being native to this area?
You would not be... I would say because you're not originally from this area, but I would say because you're local to the country, I'd say make a history check. Just a flat history check, I'd say.
19.
19. Okay. Giants... You don't really have accounts of giants in this area, especially not hill giants. They typically seem to be in more grassland or meadow areas. To find one here is intriguing, and on that, we are going to get another one of the wild magic surges. If that's okay with Larai.
And I will tell everyone about what I know from my nerd check.
While she's rolling too, I have a quick question, DM. Is the entrance to the tunnel big enough for the giant? Could he also?
No, it is just leaning against it as if it's
the wet wall. Okay.
It's leaning basically it's sitting on the top of the archway and just sort of leaning there and just patrolling backs and forwards with its eyes, sort of just huffing. And actually, because you pointed that out, well, I'll let Larai finish first.
Do you want this to be a targeted one or a rolled one?
Go for rolls, because I feel like let's get something random in there, and then we've got the 2 later.
Hugo,
Yeah.
your clothing turns into an exquisitely tailored tuxedo.
Nice.
And Varric is jealous.
We could have had a 5-year-old with a tuxedo, but unfortunately the dice gods weren't on our side.
Oh.
We could have just called him a penguin.
That's all right.
Is this
Maybe.
also just visual? If I tap my armor, is it still there? Or am I just,
DM's
That's a
choice?
good point. I would say it functions as armor, so as you feel it, it's a magical item, as it were. So it's magical
It's like
tuxedo
the
armor
glamour.
that magically has the same AC.
It's like the armor of glamour, I think.
Yeah.
Basically,
You can look like
similar sort of
whatever, but
effect.
it still
Yeah,
keeps
you can look like whatever, but it's got your stats. So
Perfect. Yes. Things. It's gonna get really muddy, but that's okay. We'll see.
well, I would
So-
say, considering it's magical, I don't think it would, because if we're treating it like the glamour, it doesn't get dirty. So you're going to be the only person who's clean.
Convenient or not, depending on situation.
Absolutely.
So here's my thought about getting past this big guy is that I'm pretty quick.
I was actually
well-
going to say,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
because you pointed out you were looking intently at it and picking it apart, roll me an intelligence check, just a flash intelligence check.
15.
So it's acting what you would presume normal for a giant, even though giants aren't supposed to be here, which is interesting.
Okay. But the entrance is not big enough for the big guy, so if you guys want to try to sneak in, I can be a distraction and then come in after if things do go south. So I got little legs, but I can move them really quick.
One of those cartoon things where they turn into wheels.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I mean, a child is a good distraction.
That's true, especially for a giant.
But if he tries to eat me...
Oh, he won't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
You won't do that, right?
No. I don't know.
You have no idea. No. So, what's the plan?
Which side of the entrance is Giant on?
It's literally right in front of it.
And then I'm going to go to the left and try to be as sneaky as I
So
can.
Okay, so you're heading left.
Yeah.
Roll
sneak
a
it, right?
stealth check then.
Oh, no. 17.
What?
I am
17.
getting
While he's
high rolls.
ready, I'm gonna ask Ferric and Brad, is either of you not particularly confident in our ability to stay quiet here?
I'm okay confident. It's not my vibe to be quiet, but I can.
Very well. And our colorful man over here.
Thank you for noticing. Oh gosh, my face.
As you say this, Rix has just got up and started sneaking away. And immediately I need... I'm just going to roll this. Okay. Rix, you take 6 points of damage as 4 crossbow bolts, and one skims past your head, and 4 crossbow bolts embed themselves into you. And as you look, just missed 18 on the stealth check as 5 bandits come running out as the giant and then dissipates. None of you saw through the illusion. The bandits come running out, and you see a mage stood in the entrance, twist his hands, glare straight at Rix, and the entrance crumbles.
Can I
So I
uncanny
need all of
dodge?
you to roll
one of
initiative,
those?
please.
Can I uncanny dodge one of those bolts to...
You can uncanny dodge 1, yes. I'd say that would remove... That would take 2 damage off the total.
All right.
So, I would like everyone to roll initiative. But the rest of you are still sneaking. Just Rix has been noticed. So,
24.
So Rix is on a 24. Spark, what do you get?
11.
11. Okay, Brad,
10.
10. And Varric,
19.
19. Okay, and then I'm going to auto roll that initiative. So, first up, Rix, what do you want to do?
Who's the closest to me? Or who shot
Um,
me? How far away is
you
the
can
person
see-
that shot me?
You can see there's 4 bandits stood there with their crossbows, and then one of them dressed slightly more flamboyantly, very similar to Varric's level of flamboyance, but with much more taste. And he's put his crossbow away and is drawing a scimitar and just grinning at you.
Do I notice that the other guys are still sneaky?
I would say because they're all aiming at you, you would be able to work that out pretty easily.
All right. How far away is the guy grinning with the scimitar?
He's probably about 20 feet away from you,
It's
but he's
on.
also flanked by all of his cronies at this point.
Oh, well, if they're right next to him, then no, I don't want to do that. Is there anybody that's alone that doesn't have somebody right next to them?
There's only the 5 of them stood in a semicircle aiming directly at you, considering you're their only target at this point.
Then I will go about 20 more feet to the left, away from these guys, and take the
Mhm.
dodge action
Okay.
and draw
good to know.
my short sword.
No. Varric, you're up.
So I see them kind of like crowd around Rix.
They're all sort of, I'd say, if they're standing basically side to side, you're talking, you've got about, 10 feet? Got about 25 feet in a line of them.
25 feet in a line of them.
Yeah, so they're stood in a line 25 feet across, basically.
How far apart are each of them? Are they like right next to each other?
They're pretty much stood like in their 5 feet bubble, basically.
Well, looks like we've been seen. And they're in a fantastic little line. And I'm gonna try to get up close within about 60 feet of their middleman, if I can.
You're pretty much there.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my wand. This Harry Potter-like wand with a really, really nice grip, and then laced with metal. And I'm going to I'm gonna hold it downwards and then slam it into the ground as the mud and the water parts in the shockwaves, and then explode with the shatter right in the line of them.
Okay, is that a save on their part?
As a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Nope. 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 They all fail.
They
All
deserve
right.
it. They just shot a 5-year-old.
Exactly. So they're all gonna take 17 points of thunder damage, and because I cast that using my arcane firearm, the one in the center is gonna take an extra 6 points of thunder damage.
So 23.
Yes.
Okay, so as you cast this and as everyone's watching this, you slam it down to the ground and the shatter goes off, and you just watch as the 4 crossbow bandits just collapse, blood pouring from their ears. Dead. Straight up dead. So it makes this combat easier.
I think we're good.
Except for
And then the one in the middle shrugs it off.
And then I'll use my bonus action to use my force ballista.
Go for it. Okay. Roll to hit.
Artillerist is the best.
Natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
How do you do crits?
So roll your dice and then double the number you get on the dice and then add your modifiers.
Okay. That is a total of 11. 13 times 2, 26.
26. Okay, so you do 26. As he looks over and sees you and just brings the scimitar around, the cannon just pops up over and sees you and just brings the scimitar around, and you just look as there's a gaping hole in his armor and his side. He's just like, he's looking rough. He's looking.
I may pay Rix, and if he dies, then I get the money, but I kind of like him. And that's my turn.
Okay, next up it's the bandit captain that you have just shot. And he's going to attempt shot. He's just going to move away from you. He is not happy. He is not happy. He's just going to move away. And he's going to move actually back over the back of the hill. And he's going to move back. So he's now moved away from you, and that's his entire turn, just trying to get the hell away from you. Moving over the back of the hill. Moving over the back of the hill. Okay, Spark, you're up. What do you do?
Okay, so I think I missed a little bit with the mics cutting out. The location of the mage, where was he exactly? Where did we last see him?
He was inside, and he collapsed the tunnel from the inside and basically shut off that entrance.
Oh, well, that's going to be a nuisance. I'll run out of hiding, and I'll pray and see that there's only a bunch of dead people on the ground. And would I actually have noticed that someone had already ran away, or do I just assume that combat may be over from that?
You'd be able to see from where you were. You all could see what was going on, but you can see someone just running over the hill. And you can see it's just one. It's not one of your party. It's just someone just legging. Just no. It's just someone just legging. Just no.
Well, I think I'll use my action to pursue and to run at a decent pace. And meanwhile, I'm just asking: do we chase this person, or do we let them be the distraction? Or do we let them be the distraction person? Yes, I think that it might turn really no real way to directly chase.
Okay.
Way to directly chase.
Well, that leaves you within 20 feet of him. Brad, you're up last. What do you want to do?
So how hurt does this guy look?
He has a hole in his chest to his right-hand side. He is bleeding profusely, and he has blood coming out of his ears. He is not okay.
Okay, we're just gonna do 2 Eldritch Blasts at him real quick, just to finish him off.
Okay, go for it.
Since I get 2 blasts, do I roll twice, or is it just once to hit?
I'd say roll for each blast.
That is a natural 1 and an 18.
Okay, so the first one skims just past his head, and he turns around and sees the second one coming. Roll damage.
7. 7.
Okay. He turns around, looks at it. No. He turns around, and his head just catches green fire, and his head just catches backwards onto the ground. So, you just immediately pace the entire path that you're up against.
Rex.
Yeah.
Rex.
As I pull out a freaking crossbow bolt from my chest. Put something on it from my chest.
Well, at least it wasn't a giant.
I'm a little upset it wasn't a giant.
Where did Spark go? I'm looking around for Spark.
Well, we did have a crazy echo in the chat, so I think he was
fixing some technical issues. I don't think it was though. So, I'll turn from pursuing the madness captain to walking towards the entrance and see if there's any way we could push our way through the rubble.
Okay. The rubble is. This isn't even a check. This is just the rubble is heavily dense. This is like think trebuchet hitting castle entrance back levels of bad. This is just basically it is ridiculously dense. You can start pulling away bits of it, and as soon as you move one, another couple of rocks tumble back into its place. It's fighting a losing battle.
Do we need to move this?
Well,
I'll see if I
can. Spark.
I'll see.
With your experience as a bounty hunter professionally, as opposed to the schmucks you teamed up with,
Yes.
you know that typically people don't collapse their only entrance and exit.
So certainly.
That they weren't that stupid.
This leads out somewhere. Now it's on us to decide whether we go find that exit, or we pursue them through this cave.
So the cave entrance is like impossible to get through.
If I can get a few in, I can get me and one other person in, but that would be very risky, I reckon. So I think our best course of action is to go find any trace of our bounty and to see if we can find our bounty.
Yeah, can I investigate to see if there's footprints that go either left or right? Like there's another cavern opening or something?
Yeah, roll. Actually, anyone who wants to roll an investigation, perception, whatever.
I was caught up in the echo thing, but I saw inside of where that cave was before the rock came down, right?
You would have seen a bit, yes.
Could I cast Dimension Door?
You would have seen a bit, yes.
Could I cast Dimension Door?
I would say you could certainly try. I would say
I have that ability as well. The question is, can we do it safely? Because I'm not looking to become some boulder today.
the thing is, you explicitly, Brad probably not so much, but anyone who's spent a lot of time studying the arcane or any sort of magic in any way, you know that with Dimension Door, it helps to have line of sight and usually requires line of sight. Doing it blind would be dangerous. But you
Okay,
also don't know how far this
I'm gonna
caving
have to
goes.
interrupt you because the echo is pretty bad.
It's okay.
So we're
Maybe we can-
going to go into a quick break to see if we can fix it, everyone. We'll be
Maybe we
right
can-
back.
So that.
Mute us if we get the echo again.
So that.
Hello, audience.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Echo?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
We're still echoing.
That is certainly concerning.
We're still echoing.
Do I have the stream open
That is
somewhere
certainly concerning.
accidentally?
Yeah, they say it's still.
Maybe it's
there,
someone
so-
wearing
Yeah, they say
earphones?
it's still there.
Headphones?
Ah.
Maybe it's.
Nope, it was me. It was me all along. It was my fault. Well,
You.
I'm so sorry,
Whoa.
guys. Apparently,
okay, it's
at
okay.
a certain point in time, I clicked Twitch on my computer, and it just like went to my page and just unmuted my stream.
Oh.
So we were
It's
listening
okay.
to our own stream. I'm so sorry, everyone.
It is okay.
I
Well, we're-
harassed so many players.
Yeah,
Good job,
we're
Star.
we're back on. I'm sorry I was AFK when it started happening, so that's why it took so long. That's my fault. Okay, you guys are welcome to get back into it. Yay.
I would say, yeah, if we go 10 more minutes, then we go to an actual break for everyone, just real quick.
Please.
'Cause
Do
we're
you
coming to a good point anyway.
wanna do a wild magic search now to like round out the chaos, or are you like, nah?
I would say let's give it a moment just to get back into the story beat, and I'll probably pull one just before the break.
All right.
Awesome.
So, my investigation to see if there was tracks either way to a different entrance is a 29. I
Okay.
don't think I said
And
that before.
anyone else who wants to roll perception, intelligence, or investigation just to see if they can get any insight on this?
I rolled perception, but it's a 10.
That is a 16?
On
Perception.
perception.
Unnatural 20 to see if the rock face can be disturbed in any way, shape, or form by magic means to blast it inwards.
Okay. So we'll come back to you. For a start, yes, Rix, you do see tracks leading backwards and forwards over the hill in the same direction that this last bandit was trying to escape on. What you see, Brad, is naturally there's a dip in the mud which looks to be like a well-worn track, almost like a city street, that's a common thoroughfare. Something that's commonly used. So, unfortunately, Spark, nothing really catches your eye, except for the fact that you're not very muddy, which is interesting because you were just laying in the mud.
Yeah.
As you all turn around and see Varric start messing with the rock face.
I'm not messing with the rock face. I'm just like doing like calculations in my head.
Okay, so I'd say that would be an intelligence check. So, would I change your roll at all? Just a flat intelligence.
Flat intelligence, that would turn it into a 16.
16. You sort of start looking at it and working it out, and then you get distracted by some runes that you can see on some of the rubble, and then you start drifting back into all the different spells you could do with these sort of things. And
The runes catch my eye, and just I'm gonna go over and try to like ooh, and ADHD just like ooh, new thing.
Just to make sure, I try to put my hand on the rocks to make sure it's in fact real.
I was about to do the same thing.
You feel cold, solid rock.
Okay.
If a little slimy from some of the mud around it, but cold, solid rock.
Brad, do you have any estimates on how deep that cave went from what you saw? If we get together calculations, we can get all
Yeah,
with it.
what did Brad see?
You would have seen essentially just an entrance lobby, almost, probably about 50 feet across, 60 feet back, tapering to a tight tunnel. But when you saw the mage, they were stood further back, and they collapsed it from the back of that room. So you don't know how much of that is dense rock.
I'll just interject and say I found some tracks leading over back and forth, heavily traveled, so there probably is an entrance if we don't want to risk going
Cut
through
them
here.
off.
And I'll follow up with the kind of like common trail that I found.
And as you start tying up information, it's pretty much the same place. The tracks seem to follow the same route. So,
Very well, then. No time to waste. Let's follow it above ground, I suppose.
Hop up, small one, as I pick you up and put you back on my back.
Wipe my feet off on a rock or something.
could I just get everyone's passive perceptions quickly?
17 for me.
13.
14.
14. Okay, so Rix, from your heightened perspective atop Brad's shoulders, you see a patch of brambles that this thoroughfare seems to pass by, and you just see the top of a door frame. It's narrow, but it's there.
Yeah, I'll definitely point that out. Try to do an investigation when we get a little closer.
Go for it.
I'll pop my goggles on and begin ritually casting detect magic by adjusting them.
Okay.
26.
26. It's a door. It is well traveled. The brambles are in fact loose and dead and not actually planted. They are merely placed.
Okay.
To give the perspective of overgrowth. You can
Can I
push
see
past them and you
like-
have a door there.
Can I see if there's like a trap or anything on it?
Roll an investigation check.
Natural 20 for a 31.
Jesus Christ.
Expertise in investigation is 1.
So as you sort of look around and you pull out your tools just to check, there's a couple of wires at the bottom that don't seem to be connected to anything, almost as if they're double bluffs to deter people from trying to go in if they do find it. You also find that the door is, with this investigation, checking the lock, checking the hinges, the door is heavy and the door is locked.
All right. Do we want to go in here, guys?
Do you think you can get in?
Oh, I definitely can get in.
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
Cool. All right. What do you want me to roll to unlock? A pan?
That'll be sleight of hand, yes.
20, not natural.
Okay. as you
Oh, wait. 24 because I am proficient with Thieves' Tools. Sorry. I didn't
okay,
have
that's fine. That's okay. So you put your tools in, and as you guys will see, they're just literally a scalpel and a pin, a medical pin. In no way should this be able to open a door, and he just puts them in and just moves the pin, and the door unlocks and opens.
Did my detect magic show anything?
You didn't even get to finish the spell.
So interesting. Just some new type of arcane. Oh gosh. Dirty.
Okay.
Let's keep
And as you-
let's chase.
Sorry.
Maybe we can catch some sort of surprise.
You said it's a heavy door. Can I just be like trying to push my whole body weight against this and the mud just pushing my feet back?
Pretty much how it is until someone else aids you in pushing the door.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like over his head so he doesn't see, so he thinks he's strong.
I'm so proud.
Then
Roll a stealth check real quick against his passive perception.
That is a 12.
12.
I
okay.
see it, but I don't see it. And I'm doing it.
Okay. So
and then I'll step aside and I'll touch the doorknob and I'll pull because it's not a door you push.
Okay, beautiful.
you know what? Sure.
Oh, well.
At least test some
I
knowledge
unlock
first.
it.
And as you go to step through the entrance, I will say, let's have the wild magic surge on Ian. As you're adjusting your goggles and just starting to take them off again.
Fireball.
And Larai is
Turn
AFK. Good.
White dragon.
So we'll save that, and I'll get you into the next part and just get you through before we do that.
That's okay. I have one.
There we go.
Look at that.
Magic.
As if I can summon.
Chat really wants to know what they need to roll to have us fall. And I am here for it.
Who's falling in love is my
I
question.
don't know.
I will roll that in the break.
Your dominant hand will not tolerate the wearing of gloves. It'll struggle.
I'm very glad that was not me. That was good.
As I'm adjusting the goggles, the hand is coming loose from all of the
Moisturizer.
moisturizer I've been using. It just falls out of the glove. The glove falls into the mud, just immediately caked.
I told you it was good moisturizer, bro.
A little too good, and I'll go and pick it up, and I'll cast Shape Water and clean the glove if I can, and then try to put it back on, but it slides right off, back into the mud again.
I like it.
Let me, and I'll cast Prestidigitation and help out with the cleaning. So
Thank you.
Just to make sure there's no mud in the way.
Put the glove on, pops right off like a bottle rocket.
Oh, that's peculiar.
And as these shenanigans entail, and you enter the cave and this weird underground structure for the first time, call that a break.
All right.
Okay.
Just in case, I am going to search for traps when we enter. Just so that way we don't
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you were like, oh, I'm gonna, lockpick it, my inner rogue was like, check for traps, check for traps, check for
Oh, I checked for traps first. He said there's some fun.
We're like,
I've never been a rogue before, so this is. Oh, I checked for traps first. He said there's some fun. What is happening?
What's
Start
going
when
on?
entered the stream or the chat.
And then is my Never
Starbuck,
mind.
if you turn your camera on, it'll stop goofing. There we go.
Supposed to be here.
Hello.
Ignore me.
Sure, we shall ignore.
Well, you just
Well-
called a break, so
Yes.
Yeah, are we going to break?
Yeah, we're going to break.
sounds good.
Sounds good. I think everyone needs a moment just to collect our thoughts after.
A lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have a bot in the chat.
Got a
Good.
few of them.
Become famous?
Break?
Oh, who's on that?
You can announce the break, Starbuck, if you want.
All right, we're gonna go to break. It's break time. Laura's having some technical difficulties, so I'm gonna pop in here and do the break stuff. Are we ready to do the break stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
go for it.
Yes.
We're ready to break stuff. All right, so today during the break, you can win ... you can win the quarterly bundle pack from Underground Oracle. That's rad. So you are going to type in the chat the word WILD, W-I-L-D, to enter to win, not case sensitive, and you can do it as many times as you want to get wild, which I highly recommend. We have so many wild surges left to do. So I anticipate when we come back from break, it's going to be wild. So in that bundle, it looks like you can get some Creature Copia, Deities and Domains, Otherworldly Patrons, map packs, and some wondrous gifts. So that's awesome. We're going to give you a few minutes to do that. And so now we're going to cut to break. And when we come back, we're going to continue raising money for our awesome charities. Mind UK, the COVID-19 response, Equal Justice Initiative, and you're going to watch some commercials for those right now. So pay attention to those because Laura would tell you about them, but I'm not. So pay attention.
And you're off. Yep.
In 1989, about 25% of the people executed in the United States were executed in the state of Alabama. We had dozens of people on death row who did not have legal representation. There were no institutions providing legal services to condemn people. If you don't have a right to counsel, and you don't have any money, and you're on death row, you're going to be executed.
It's stunning
Thank you, Starbuck.
that a country that's so dedicated to incarceration as a solution for its problems knows so little about who we lock up, why, and
They're
for how
all
long.
gone. Yeah, they're all
The
gone.
people on death row had no help, had no assistance. If we didn't work on the cases,
okay.
no one was going to work on the cases.
I just got a little
In
well.
the late 80s, the Equal Justice Initiative was created as an organization to help people on death row. Over time, being exposed to a lot of other injustices in the criminal justice system led us to branch out and try to create programs and initiatives to confront the other problems outside of the death penalty context.
Imposing a sentence of life imprisonment without parole isn't a
you
life
look great,
sentence, it's
so
a
I'm
death
pretty sure
sentence, it's a
they're
death in
pretty
prison sentence. We've done a lot of work for people who've been sentenced
It's
to
a
die
lot.
in prison, people whose convictions and sentences have not been reliably imposed.
What did you?
February
What did you?
2nd
What
of
were you going for? Were you going for
2005.
purple?
I gave birth at home to a stillborn son, Timothy, and then I was convicted of capital murder. And for the next 10 years, all of my 40s, I spent in the Tutwiler Women's Prison.
Oh.
Equal Justice Initiative believed me when no one else would.
Yeah, it was
They
very, very
represented me during
blonde.
my appeal process.
Yeah.
The Alabama Supreme Court had my sentence overturned. My release date was December 12th of 2012. It was a wonderful day. I'm home with my children. I'm home with my family.
In the late 90s, we started challenging the way poor people are not provided adequate legal assistance. Our criminal justice system treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. Wealth, not culpability, shapes outcomes. And we think that we have to change that.
Yeah, no,
I was convicted
I
in
could have told you
2000
this because
for
like the
drug
magenta
trafficking,
color in my hair is
which was
the
a
only
crime that I
color
didn't
that is
commit.
still as
They
bright as
sentenced
it
me
was
life without
first day.
parole.
So I was like, oh boy,
I
magenta
got in
takes
touch
real
with
hard,
DJI.
huh?
They said, we're going to work for you, and we're going to get you out of here.
Yeah.
And I cried.
Ouch.
I just cried.
But it looks really
Because it was
cool.
just overwhelming to know that somebody was actually there to help me.
Yeah.
August the 17th
Sorry?
of 2006, I was released, and it just was so surreal. It was just so surreal.
The young girl who was 14 years old wrote to us and said, I've been sentenced to life without parole. Can you help me? And that was the beginning of our project challenging life without parole as an unconstitutional sentence for children.
The United States is the only country in the world that condemns children to die in prison, some as young as 13 years of age. We've seen real progress. 8 years ago, we were executing children in the United States. And in 2005, the U.S. Supreme Court banned the execution of children. In 2010, we were able to persuade the court to ban life imprisonment without parole for children convicted of non-homicides. And now the court has banned these mandatory death in prison sentences for all children. We started a project on race and poverty, where we're looking at the legacy of racial inequality and injustice in America. We partner with schools, other advocacy groups and organizations who are all interested in education around these issues of race and poverty.
We try to organize people to act on the injustice, speak out on these issues, and raise awareness.
It's too easy to say that something is complicated, it's difficult, it's been that way forever, and tolerate it. We can create a more just society, but it doesn't happen by itself. It is not inevitable.
For me to be sitting here, it's a miracle. I get up every day, and whatever I look at, I'm not looking at it through a chain link fence. And you can't explain that to someone.
Now is the time for solidarity in the face of this threat to all of humanity. I implore leaders to stand together and heed this appeal.
WHO supports countries respond to COVID-19. Sending supplies and protective personal equipment to over 150 countries. Helping establish treatment centres and strengthening laboratory, treatment and biomedical capacity. Providing diagnostics and biomedical equipment. Issuing over 100 technical guidance documents to provide real-time information and best practices. WHO coordinates COVID-19 response. Working with world leaders to keep everyone safe. Deploying emergency medical teams to help design fit-for-purpose strategies. Building the Partners Platform and identifying gaps to ensure an appropriate COVID-19 response. Working with multiple agencies, NGOs, member states and the private sector. WHO accelerates COVID-19 research and development. Convening the ACT Accelerator for coordinated research for treatment and vaccines. Engaging in solidarity trials for therapeutics and vaccine research with over 5,000 people in over 100 countries. Establishing the CTAP Access Pool, sharing research knowledge and working for accessible intellectual property for existing and new COVID-19 tools. WHO fights COVID misinformation. Raising awareness and stopping the spread of COVID-19 misleading or false information and messages that promote harmful practices. Holding technical webinars for experts. Offering multilingual COVID-19 online courses through Open WHO and the WHO Academy app. Help by donating to the COVID-19 Response Fund.
There are a number of misconceptions surrounding mental health. There's an enormous stigma. Britain is a country, perhaps more than any other, where you might say that the national emotion is embarrassment. And nowhere is that clearer than when it comes to issues of mental health. We're addressing a real crisis. 1 in 4 people in any given year suffer from a mental health condition. The greatest cause of death amongst men under the age of 35 is suicide.
My first overdose was in 2003, December. I felt I had no future. I couldn't hold down work. I genuinely believed that the people around me, for all the hurt I was causing them, would be better off if I wasn't there.
Bipolar changed my personality by making me the person that I didn't ever want to be. I was very, very low. My self-confidence, self-esteem and self-worth went. I just felt very sort of isolated, and I felt like I couldn't talk to friends and family because I couldn't really express what was going on. I knew there was something wrong, but I couldn't put it into words how I felt.
When I was in hospital, physical restraint would happen quite regularly to me. I spent most of the 90s, which was my 20s, in and out of hospital with 5 really serious admissions. It was just an unimaginably fearful experience, and I felt quite scared, isolated, not many people to turn to.
Someone mentioned mine to me. I went down one evening and I was fortunate that one of the staff there was able to spend some time with me. He just reassured me that what I was living through was perfectly normal. I began to develop relationships and friendships with people who I could actually speak openly with about my mental illness. People who, as I put it, they got it.
My first experience of Mind was through a recovery centre in Hackney called IRE Mind. Just went there and it was fantastic staff, discussion groups, art, empathy, compassion is at the forefront of their organisation.
They really do help people, and they care as well, and it's very, very obvious that they're there because they want to help people, not just because it's their job.
There's something really extraordinary about the Mind Network and the work we do with people with lived experience of mental health problems. Sometimes people come to us because they need our help and support, but as they receive that help and support, they're often then become part of our movement for change.
I got in touch with the media team and they asked me if I would like to be involved in a couple of the projects.
Over the last couple of years we've been campaigning on the issue of restraint, which is when somebody's being held down against their will. Gary was very involved in the campaign from the start, and he really helped to bring the campaign to life by sharing his very traumatic experiences so that people could understand what it feels like to be restrained.
Just sharing that lived experience, which is so important. A lot of the experiences, once you talk about them, I'm sure it does take away a lot of the fear and normalises it a bit.
Because Solent Mind have helped me, I want to give back and help others because of the fantastic work they did with me. They started coming up with different ideas that I could do, and one of them was to start going into colleges. My name's Avi and I'm from the mental health charity Solent Mind, and we raise awareness and understanding of mental health in a project that I run called Heads Up, which is for young people, and just to get an understanding of what mental health is and how important it is to talk about mental health.
I thought, you know what, I'm going to raise some money for Mind, because I'd never forgotten the impact that Mind had had on my life. I'm now currently approaching the end of 12 months of fundraising for Mind.
It was the most amazing experience of my life, running the Virgin Money London Marathon for Mind. The crowds were absolutely fantastic. Mind constantly say that no one should live with a mental illness alone, and that's my mission, to help them to achieve that and help others in the same way that they helped me those years.
We are Mind, and we are working together to make a huge difference for now and the future.
Welcome back. Hope your break was refreshing and wild and lovely and just overall wholesome. We're going to do the drawing for the giveaway that was happening in chat. If you have not typed the word wild, I'm going to need you to do that right now. WILD, not case sensitive. Yeah, I see some of you guys getting in there. Last second procrastinators. That's all right. You have equal chance to win. I'm going to let you keep doing that. I don't know how long to let this go. So many of you are typing that now, and you had so long.
Procrastinators.
Oh dear. What is wrong with you? You had 15 minutes.
All right. So
it's pretty wild they didn't do it
we're
earlier.
done. Okay. So we are gonna do the drawing. Press the button. I heard the button. Doug Barbecue. Doug BQ. Congratulations! You've won. You are now disqualified from winning any of the loot table slim vaults, but you do get to take home a very nice content.
Starbucks taking out the competition.
So congratulations to you. You're also happy for
Doug
you.
BQ, you're a new follower. Welcome, welcome. If you could send us a whisper on Twitch or an email to chaoticlawfulinc@gmail.com so that we know how to find you, that would be great.
Bonus points if you send it in a whisper.
Whisper.
So now we're going to get back to this game because there are so many wild surges to get through and so much good content. So everybody hold on to your butts. I'm going to throw it off to Oliver. You guys are doing great. We're loving it. We're eating it up.
Awesome.
Starbucks out.
Okay, so you have now found your way into what looks to be a narrow corridor. Walking down a set of stairs, you can see it's damp, stagnant water on the floor, and immediately to your left, there is a circular doorway that appears to be locked and basically pushed to heavily. To your right, just an open arched door frame. No signs of any door hinges there. You can see in slightly in there's some tables flitted about, and then curving to the right, just out of sight, there's the hallway carrying forwards. So where do you wish to go?
Did I finish casting Detect Magic?
You probably would have finished casting Detect Magic by now, yes.
Okay.
So just to clarify, is Detect Magic line of sight or is it area?
It is... for the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So, you manage to get the sense in your immediate sight, there's not really anything close to you. But off to your left, there's a very strong magical aura there.
And I'll
extremely
point.
Potent.
There's something that way. A little curious. Is it near the door or beyond that door?
It's beyond that door.
Do you want me to open the door?
I mean,
we're not here for something. We're here for this quarry. Are you certain that this will help us in some way? At best, we'd leave things alone otherwise.
Was the guy we're hunting magic?
None of you knew.
It sounded like the Magistrar was a little, some would say, hesitant to give information. Either that, or they didn't like us very much. So, we didn't really get a description of this person, did we?
You would be familiar with the robes of office that they'd wear, but no real description on the actual person. No, you neglected to ask.
Yeah, we
any
didn't
details as you left. You were like, okay, we're gonna go find this person. Who?
Considering we've probably seen them by now, I don't think it'll be that difficult.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to open the door.
Okay, that would
There's
be a
magic
sleight of hand check, please.
Ooh, that is a natural 1. I can tell you what it adds. I have a lot of bonuses, but it's a nat 1.
You can use a reroll if you want, but if you want to eat the natural 1, you can eat the natural 1.
Oh
Do
yeah,
we
we have
have
6
how many
rerolls.
rerolls do we have?
You have 6.
Then yeah, I'll take 1.
Go for it.
That's a little bit better. That's a 20 unnatural.
You're starting to fiddle with this lock. It's not a traditional lock that you're used to. And you can see the door itself doesn't quite behave as you're adjusting the way you think it should. It's not trying to swing. And you're just getting caught on the edge. And there's something that's not quite going. And as you're just pushing further and further, your tools jam up. And they're stuck in the door.
Oh, cool. Well, I tried, you guys. Let's move on, I guess.
Okay, so where do you wish to go? You've got the hallway straight in front of you, or to your right.
Does he get his little scalpel back?
Still got his scalpel, but unfortunately the medical pin is now bent and stuck in the door, having tried to force something in a way that it's not quite supposed to. you can go to your right, to where you saw the tables and chairs.
You guys could try to
Or
kick
straight
the
ahead.
door. I'm just saying, if you wanted.
Yeah, my guy's big and dumb. He'll probably try to kick the door.
Roll an attack roll.
I think stealth is our best move. Oh, okay.
To clarify, this is an iron door.
Oh.
And you've just kicked it.
He's big and dumb.
Big and dumb.
That is a 24. 'Cause I'm assuming this is an unarmed strike.
That's an unarmed strike.
Yep.
How much damage will that deal? Just the 1 damage, or
Technically 3.
actually 3? Okay, you deal 3 damage to the iron door and take 3 damage in return.
So far, all the damage this guy has taken is just stupidity damage.
Pretty much. So, where do you wish to go?
I'm gonna start to put my hand up to like knock on the, and then hopefully somebody stops me. I'm not dumb. I'm just what's in there.
Is there any magic coming from the door itself?
No magic coming from the door that you could see. But as the door rings out, you just hear... what you do? Oh, fuck! Roll initiative.
Great.
Yes.
11 again.
Again, okay. So, sorry, Spark 11,
Yes.
Rix
23.
3, Brad
19.
19, and Varric
10.
Okay. So, as they get the surprise round on you, you just see this tiny scout of a person, just a little halfling, just go, shit! Pull out a crystal and crush it in front of them and throw the dust towards you. And as they do, the dust separates and 2 Zorn materialize out of the floor. So, that's going to be their turn, and Rix, you're up first.
I'm gonna. Are one of them not within 5? Any of the others, or are they right next?
It's pretty much a narrow corridor. I would say they're within 5 feet. They're Zorn. They're big.
All right. If you are within 5 feet of a creature and no other me, so can I put myself that way? Only one of them is within 5 feet.
I would say you could.
Then I'm gonna run up and attack them.
Okay, so one of the Zorn.
Yes, I don't know what those are, but I assume it needs to die.
To basically describe a Zorn for anyone who might not be familiar, they are a gaping maw of earth with teeth, 3 eyes, 3 legs, 3 hands. They are
that needs to
die. That needs to die. Okay, you run up to the first one. Go for it.
Well, that did not go in my tower. Sorry. There we go. All right. A lot. 28 to hit.
28 hits.
All right. I'm doing my booming blade and all my sneak attack and all.
Yep, go for it. I know that's how your stuff works.
All right.
The clatter of dice.
$22 total.
Okay.
3 of that is thunder, if it matters, or like we could replay.
No, it's good. It is good to know. 22. As you watch this creature just suddenly recoil from you, and a swath of earth just falls away, and it's just basically tries to recoil from you, takes the booming blade, and it does not look happy about that at all. It's normally not affected by slashing damage, but the fact that you have a magical weapon negates that, and it's just looking at basically the gash that you've left in it, and strikes the rest of the party. Don't piss off Rix.
I'm going to use my bonus action, the dash.
You used that for your booming blade, didn't you?
Booming blade is the action to do the spell.
Okay.
Part of the action is the attack, and I'm going to use my bonus action to dash to go back 20, 30 feet, and because of whatever it's called, I don't get opportunity attacks.
That's correct.
Swatch.
Brad, you're up next.
So there are 3 enemies, the 2 Zorn and the little halfling. Okay, and they're all within the room. None of us are in the room yet.
Well, you're in the corridor. They've just come from further up the corridor.
Okay,
So
I am going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on them and make sure it doesn't hit my little friend there.
Okay, what's the save on that?
Wisdom 17.
Well, the Zorn literally no, both of them straight away. The halfling. No, that's a 9. So all 3 of them just.
Yep.
If you've ever seen someone take LSD and stare at a rave at the same time, it's pretty much that. So they are all.
Yeah, so they're all
basically
charmed until they take damage.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't hit them. Okay.
Tie them up, then we hit them.
Okay.
Okay, so the scout. Do they get to repeat the save on their turn?
Doesn't say so.
Doesn't say there's another save on it.
Then they are charmed until they take damage.
And they're stunned, so attacks against them are at advantage?
At advantage, yes. So Spark is up next, as the scout cannot take their turn.
Yeah, if we're still in initiative, I'll approach the halfling first of all and take out a rope and start to tie them up. Or are we really looking to defeat these beasts here now? Doesn't seem very convenient. Costs enough of a ruckus. Yeah, what do we want to do with this exactly? Take the opportunity while we can, and I'm just starting to tie up this halfling.
Okay, well that would be a just a sleight of hand to make sure you can get the binds tight enough, basically. They are charmed and limp. They're not doing anything to resist, but you still need to.
It's a 26.
26. Yeah, they're tied and bound nicely. Anything on your bonus action?
I think anything worth using right now. We'll save those for now.
Okay. Barrick, you up?
That burst of magic, was that the thing that I was detecting from beyond the door?
No, this was down the other end of the corridor. The magic,
Yeah,
because you would still have the edge of the, you'd still have the residual detect magic, separate thing entirely.
Okay. And do I see magic coming off of the Zorns as if they were summoned?
You can see the residual conjuring energy, yes. So conjuration is present.
Dispel magic on the conjuration.
Okay. Let me see.
I'll take out one of my dice from my dice set, turn it to the six-sided, and take out my wand and tap the top of it as it glows purple, and then we'll chuck it.
Okay. Just roll me a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
17.
17. Okay. Okay. One of the Zorn, the one that had previously been damaged, disappears. The other one stays.
New from Varick Industries. Dispel dice. Patent pending.
Why are you like this?
Because I am. And then see that's that, and then that will be my turn.
Okay. The second Zorn didn't take any damage because it was just a dispel. It wouldn't have done anything to it. Next up is Rix again. Second Zorn is stunned there. Same again.
Unnatural 20 with advantage.
Okay. Okay. Definitely hits.
Seven thunder.
Rogues, man.
16 not thunder. 16 slash. So
okay, say that again.
23 total again.
And then, are they stunned in this way?
He's now no longer stunned as he's taken damage.
Okay.
Yeah, because
but
he's messed up.
You can see again. This one is just clutching its side and just sort of one of the eyes locks on Rick's.
I'm gonna move away again.
You just hear a guttural. So
use my bonus to move away, and I'm good.
Go for it, Brad. You're up. Hypnotic pattern has broken as it took damage.
Dang it. Okay. We are going to. I don't want to go up to the thing, so we're just going to Eldritch Blast it and see if we can finish it off.
Go for it.
That is a 21 both times to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And that is 9 damage.
Both times or on just the first?
Both times.
Across both.
Together, yeah.
Together, got it. So it sort of impacts, and it sort of, you watch as the blast caves in some of the living earth around it, and it just molds back together. And then it locks another eye on you, and the mouth just seems to start watering.
I don't like that.
I'm a hunk, but I'm not a hunk of meat.
Are you a
The
hunk
scouts-
of man?
The scout is still stunned. On Charmed. Spark, you're up. You are right next to this Zorn. Good luck.
Yes, I'll drop the halfling I'm currently tying up, and I'll draw my sword, and I'll suppose we have to go to town. And I'll make 2 attacks, first of all.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
1, 2. Did it roll 2? That's just 1. The 21 on the first.
Mhm.
And 19 on the second.
19 just hits.
Okay, so both damage. That's 7 on the first and 8 on the second.
15.
Yeah, and then I will, since I do have 2 weapon fighting, I'll use a bonus action to make an offhand strike with the second sword.
Go for it.
Ooh, natural 20. Very nice.
Oh, yep. Very nice.
And ooh, high damage too. It's 13.
13. Okay. How do you want to do this?
Ooh, well, not really knowing the physique of this creature, I'll just sort of whirling and slashing. I'll make as many cuts as I can, and sort of with the last from upwards downwards slice, cut a big chunk out of it.
And you watch as you just see Spark suddenly turn and see the Zorn uncharmed. All 3 eyes glare at him, and you just watch as he slices between each of them and just sheaths, and just falls into a puddle of clay.
Savage.
I'm glad you're on our side. At least for now, right?
I hope so am I. Now. Let's move on. How we do this?
Yeah, do we want to interrogate this guy?
They're still just kind of.
Yeah, for probably about the next, 50 seconds or so.
We can give him a little slap and take him out of. My unarmed strikes do 0 damage.
Cool. If to be fair, you slapping them would not be enough to wake them up because it wouldn't do any damage. No.
Or we could just wait another 30 seconds until he wakes up. It doesn't last very long. Or I could end the spell, I think. Yeah, I'll just do that.
By the time you finish talking, they're like.
I go and put my hand over his mouth.
No.
Potentially Astra out in the open. What do we do with this one?
Well, we can ask him if he's seen our dude.
Oh, it's a good point of starting.
I can make sure he tells us honestly as well.
Go ahead. Well, take off the hand and hold a sword close by, not directly on his throat, but
Just very, very nervous now.
I don't feel much for questioning this one. Don't know if how it would help us, but you people go ahead.
Have you seen a guy in the fancy robes that we know about? That's literally, we don't even know his
Okay.
name.
You know that it's a black robe with silver trim with the symbol of Arathis printed on the right lapel. That's
I
about as
see.
much as you would know for the robes.
All of that. Have you seen this person?
Just sort of, with both hands up, just points down the hallway. He goes, that way. Can't miss it.
Can you open this door?
We'd have opened it already.
This iron door right here?
I have no idea what that does.
I'm just gonna cut him. Give him a slice, like over the kneecap.
Okay.
Just to make sure he's telling the truth.
Okay. Fuck you!
I can make that better or I can make that worse.
They just start bawling.
Alright. Well, I'm through.
Are we gonna help him?
Do you want to take a selfie with him?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Hey.
Morbid.
I'm behind him with the bunny ears.
Do we want to
You
leave this one
You can
here?
just see them reaching for one of their daggers. Just so done with you.
Do we want to leave him here? Do we want him to be better? I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys can.
I mean,
He's not bleeding out. He's just hurt.
It's not, good for
I don't feel much for killing people without reason. If you stay here or leave out the exit, I suppose. We are only here for one person, and by the time you could alert anyone, we're already done with our business. So, in that sense, I don't think it does much harm. And I'll just pull the knot on the rope.
I'm fine with that.
They just sort of look at you and just start hobbling out, and just as they walk past you, Rex go, asshole, and just keep going.
Fair enough.
I know where it hurts.
I
It's
will.
as if I built my whole character.
I will cast message on him and say, you might want to think about being nice. Make it sound like it's his own little thought in his head.
His conscious.
The thing message spell is it comes across in your voice. Just looks back at you. Just sort of hobbles on. But
for all we know, this mage is running from us right now, so I say we proceed with haste. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Pick up the rope and down the corridor.
I can full speed sprint if we want, just to see where they're at and kind of do a scout.
okay. So you sprint down the corridor.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stay as stealthy
got
as I can, at least. Just sticking with the party, moving at a normal pace.
So as you start sprinting down this corridor, Rix, the first thing you notice is there's a wall and a puddle of water. The second thing is I am sprinting at a wall. And I would say make a dexterity check, so an acrobatics or athletics check, just to see if you can stop yourself in time.
24.
24. You just heel break in, and you're just in front of this puddle, and you just manage to get to the edge of the puddle, and there's just this wall.
I have detect magic up still for the next 10 minutes. If there's anything magical here.
So as you guys come down the corridor, you just come to Rick's just looking at very, very confused at a wall, and instantly you just go, "Oh, it's an illusion."
Rix, I think you can actually walk through that.
So there's a puddle here?
Yeah.
Is there anything fishy about this puddle? Am I going to get shocked if I step into it?
You can certainly have a look.
A lot. 30.
30. You kind of look at the puddle, and you're looking at it, and it's a shallow puddle. It's, not really anything in particular. You can tell now that it's an illusion as the puddle goes past the wall, and the ripples, as you start looking at it from the drips coming from the ceiling, are going underneath the actual wall and not interacting with it in the slightest.
All right, I'm going to try really hard to not step into that. I don't want it to be obvious.
Okay.
Guys, don't step in this. It's a trap.
Okay.
Are we sure about that?
It's a trap. It's totally a trap. Don't do it.
I will, in fact, if it is... Is it really a trap?
I'd say if you want to make an insight check, you can tell if he's lying or not.
Insight works too, yeah. Ooh, really bad. 14.
You're probably going to beat me. You do. You buy a lot. My deception is very low.
Okay. So, as Rix, you go to step over this puddle very specifically, the illusion dissipates, but as the magic breaks, we got 2 wild magic searches we're going to do.
Nice.
Oh,
So
goodness.
the first one, Renee, I'm so sorry.
Terrible. Call lightning. Oh my gosh, if you turned into a potted plant, I would have no area. Like a very big potted plant.
No, but as you go to follow, you look down at your hands, and all of your fingers are clear, like glass.
The
You can still see
moisturizer works super well.
So you can see all your bones, veins, everything. It's just your fingers are clear.
You're going to have
gross.
such sick guitar solos later. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to look really, really cool.
And the second one, I'm going to roll a d4. 3. Oh, I am so sorry. Varric!
Yes!
Yes.
Okay, let's
Pile 'em on
find
me.
out what the hell happens to you.
Everything.
Oh god. It's like there's several pages down. That's not good.
That's the one thing you never want to hear from a DM.
So, oh dear. You suddenly just have a moment where you feel very sticky and horrible, and you think, oh, the lotion's working, and you just look and you're just covered in feathers. And you just have God knows how many feathers just glued directly to your skin. Not even growing out of it, just glued. You are covered in feathers. And they are glued to your skin.
I take a selfie with him.
Actually improved the
I'm Legolas in the back. 5-year-old Legolas in the background.
Is it just like on the skin?
It's pretty much just they are bonded to your skin by a glue.
So I just have a long coat, so all it is just like feather like on the hands and the face. I try putting the glove on again.
As well. It's all across.
It is?
It's just all across your entire body. You're not quite sure where exactly it goes to extremities wise, but it's feeling uncomfortable.
I try putting that last glove on again, so it's not like it's like not showing at all, and then the glove just springs off again.
It catapults straight into your face.
Man, magic is weird. I don't like it.
Not usually this weird, I assure you. What's on the wall?
Alright, well, we'll keep going through the illusions.
Yeah.
Place.
Okay, so the illusion has dissipated as you've interrupted it. And you successfully managed to avoid something that could have been very nasty if you had run into it. I can say what, because you avoided it, mercifully. And you arrive in what looks to be an open cavern chamber with a entranceway almost into what looks like an exit from what would have been this tower that is caved in, and you see moss and weeds growing up through. There's another pool of water to the other side, but it's just shallow surface level water that's more running off at an angle. It's just some standing water in places. It's not really. You can see where it's dripping from the ceiling. The floor itself is on a slight angle, and it's not hard terrain. It's just mildly disorienting because it's not all at the same angle. It's just wobbling backwards and forwards like a house of mirrors.
All right.
There's also a large pool of water that you can see further ahead that is actually a lot deeper, but you can't even see the back of that section of the cave.
Detect magic, is it still up and running?
You wouldn't see anything immediately, but if you wish to proceed into the cave, that might change.
Do you guys think we should go stealthily?
Definitely, I will at least.
If we're going to be going stealthily, I have something that can probably help us. And I'll take out a little pack of this coarse, like salt material in a leather bag, and say, if I can sprinkle this kind of around us and it makes us invisible for a certain amount of time. This was something I just concocted a few days ago. Brad, this is I call it the dust of disappearance.
Nice.
So if we want to get over to the other side, unseen, we could probably do something like that.
Is it enough for all of us?
It's enough for creatures around in about 10 feet around from where I sprinkled.
All right, guys, group hug. Group hug.
Group selfie.
Group selfie. Group.
Well,
even for our injured friend.
All right, do it. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you proceed further into this cave, walking through the water with ease, you find you can't see further off down. There is just water, and it sounds like it just goes back for ages, just a gentle trickle of a steady descent. But you then see roughly and Brad, you would recognize the shape, similar room to the one which was collapsed. You're facing the main entrance, and there's just a wall to the side. If anyone would like to make perception checks, now would be the time to do so.
Did I sprinkle the dust of disappearance?
Oh, yeah, you'd be able to do that easily.
Okay. We are invisible for a total of 5 minutes.
Good to know.
25 perception.
25.
21.
21.
13.
Perception, give me a sec.
Yep.
22.
22. So, pretty much all of you straight away are sort of like, well, this feels odd. We've come out the only other entrance. That way's blocked. That's water. You can't, at first it catches you off guard. Then just looking around the space, you notice a section of wall, and just peeking out from underneath the wall, flickering light. And if you got closer, you'd be able to see there's a slight gap where it doesn't quite marry up with the floor like a wall should.
Yeah, I'll investigate that, see if we can lift it or something.
Okay.
I'll do that as well.
Okay, so you can either roll separately or
Oh, if you want to give me advantage, it'd be great.
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah, well, my intelligence is +1, so we'll give it to you.
Cool, because I didn't know what to think around that. 23.
Okay. You look and you can just see what looks to be 2 plates of metal that are pressed together at the side of this gap. One of them's rounded and the other one's concaved onto it. So it seems almost to be sitting against itself, but it's not quite a hinge. And it's just ever so slightly ajar, but not quite enough that it would have let light out all the way. But just the gap at the bottom is enough for you to notice with all of you, your high perceptions. And you can see it's a door of some description.
Does my investigation tell me how I can open it? Or
you would be able to deduce that you can push it.
okay. Would I need to do another one to see if it's trapped or like alarmed?
I
or
would
anything?
say with the 23, you'd be able to tell because you were investigating it, not investigating the area. I'd say you'd be able to tell it's probably not trapped.
Okay.
Especially with that high roll.
Then yeah, I'll tell everybody we need to push it, and then I'll just stand back and observe.
So you push the door, and it just glides freely on those hinges. And immediately you hear in the room, "Oh, wait!" And then nothing. And then
we're all invisible too. So this door just opens.
The door just opens, and you just hear a small bit of arguing, and then a small bandit just kind of comes up and just pushes the door to again.
Could we have walked in that time?
Yeah.
I would say if you wanted to go in before the bandit got to the door, I'd say you'd have to roll stealth because they'd have been walking up as you did so. But you'd be with advantage because you are all invisible.
It just 26.
Goodness. I got a 15.
14.
That is a 16.
A 29.
Okay. So,
can we see the people talking as well?
You manage to see them as you come in because of the angle of the door. So as you make your way in, Spark just slides to one side out of the way as all 3 of you walk straight into the bandit that comes up to the door.
Can I just do a shiv? Because we're found out, I mean, he's gonna try.
Go for it if you want to.
These guys already shot me with crossbow bolts. I'm not having it.
And you have advantage on the strike because you're invisible.
That was horrible. 15. That was
15 hits. 15 hits.
Oh, well then. Just kidding. Here come all freaking dice. 7 thunder. And 18 slashing. I've had 23 every sneak attack I've... No, wait, that's not right. That's 25. Just kidding.
No. You slip the blade in, and the rest of you just watch as a small pool of blood just appears on the sternum, and the bandit just kind of goes... just goes limp. And I need to roll initiative again.
They're not good people.
And to clarify, as of now, so Rix, you are no longer invisible as you made an attack, and the 2 of you are no longer stealth. They have a rough idea where you are. The only person who's still stealth is Spark.
Okay.
So initiative.
I got a
Do I have to you into the room in some way?
Oh, you're all in the room.
Yeah, I mean, just what are we seeing basically? How many
I'll come
people
to that
are
once
there?
we get to the top of the initiative round. So, Brad?
16.
16. Spark?
17.
17. Varric?
15.
15. Okay. So, as you enter the room, the first thing you notice is 2 people huddled over a chest on the table, just talking hurriedly. One of them wearing exquisite black robes with silver piping. And as they turn around, it's just this older man with close cropped hair, slightly sunken eyes, just going, "Oh shit!" And the other, holding a gnarled wooden staff, turns around and just glares and goes, "For fuck's sake!" Reaches behind for a pouch. You also see in this room a large, angry-looking orc who just draws a longsword. At the same time, what you thought was a pile of furs stands up as a large cave bear just starts walking towards you. As the 5 people tending the cages at the back just look at him and go, "Oh, come on!" So, top of the round, Rix, you are up.
So is that dude in the robes our guy?
You presume so.
All right. Don't kill that guy. Let me find somebody who's alone, and give them the old 1-2 shiv.
The orc, the bear are stood on their own. You've got the 5 people at the back of the room who are all currently basically in a group, and the mage is stood next to your target.
Okay, I'm going towards the orc because I'm an animal.
Go for it.
Nat 20.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
What actually hits?
So it's 10 thunder damage.
Yep.
And 36 slashing damage. So 46 total.
6 total.
And then I'm going to move away, and if he will be more explosion.
And you don't invoke attacks of opportunity, do you?
I do not. Against him. If anybody else has an attack of opportunity...
There's no one close enough at this point in time. So you'll watch as Rix just instantly, the haze of war descends, his face goes stony, darts forward, essentially guts this orc for a second, and darts away again, and is back where he started in the blink of an eye. And this orc just there like, yeah, that's rough. That's really rough.
I just wanted 1 nat 20 sneak attack, so, like, I'm good. You can kill me now, like, I'm fine. You know, I'm alright.
Spark, you're up.
Okay, I'm still invisible. Is there any sort of nook or cranny to retreat to, so to speak?
You can move further into the corner to retreat into a nook or cranny, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll draw my 2 swords, staying at a distance, and in a flash I'll spin them around and sort of slash both of them across my own horns, drawing a big spark, and sort of catch those in a magical manner and fling them at the 2 figures in the front, including the one with the robe, and cast Hold Person at 4th level to target.
Okay, so you're targeting 2 people at that point.
Yeah. Wisdom
so
save.
what's wisdom save? Okay.
First off, that's the coolest description I've ever.
That is amazing.
Way to go.
So the spellcaster roll. That's a 8. So no. As for the target, he rolled a natural 20 with a -3 modifier. So he's just like, no. And he's just starting to try and clamber over the table just to get away from you. So the highly trained mage, no. The random guy, yes. Okay. You are now no longer invisible.
Yeah, makes sense. And I will make another quick strike another spark, and fling it at Brad and give him a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
That's a D10.
Your phone suddenly has 100% charge.
Yes.
Features.
So, next up, it is in fact Brad.
Okay, I'm still invisible at this point.
You are still invisible, but they know roughly where you are.
Okay, so I'm gonna move so they don't know where I am. And then I am going to take a little coin pouch that I have, take out 10 coins, We're going to throw them across the floor, and then we are going to cast animate objects on those.
Oh
10
my
smaller
gosh!
You really?
Okay. Why do you hate me? Fair enough. Okay, we'll keep track of those. So,
I legit saw it in the spell list and was like, nah, I won't take that. It's a one shot. I won't be that.
Oh, it's so good.
it is. It is. That is why I tied everything down so you couldn't use it. So good.
No, not doing that. Not in a one shot.
So I figured they'll all just go after my turn.
They'll all go as soon as you finish your turn. So
Cool. So then I will. I'm not gonna give out bardic inspiration because that'll make me not or they'll know where I am then. So I'll wait on that, and so that'll end my turn, and then it's all of their turns.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
What are they going to do?
So they are going to go. I don't want to kill the mage just yet. We'll probably go towards that orc guy.
Okay.
And they all have a +8 to hit. So there
Okay.
is a 10, a 27, a 25, 22, and a 21 for 5 alone.
Okay. Okay, so all but one of those hits.
Okay. And then the other 5 are a 12. That is a 25. That is a 14. That is a 24. And then a 26.
Pretty much all of those hit.
Sweet. One, 5, 9, 14. How many hit total?
So that was out of the 10, 9.
9? Okay. 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay. So you watch as these coins jump up and propel themselves at this orc.
It's actually more than that. It's 20 plus 36, so 56 damage.
50. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You just that is so much of the damage. I just have to describe it like this. You watch as one of the coins sort of bounces off his forehead and doesn't really do anything, and he just snarls down, and the rest of them sort of go just. And it's like watching a pheasant taken apart by a buckshot. It's just gone, just missed, and there's just an orc head just sat on the ground with the legs just.
So I'm going to interrupt you guys real quick to let you know that we have surpassed our stretch goal. We are currently negative 21 euros on it.
Hey.
You're safe from the chaos because Solar did get a D20 already as a reward for his donation. But everybody do a little happy dance. We hit a goal.
Yeah.
Well done, Solanair.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
What a good moment to do it on as well, when the coins are killing things. Who'd have thought?
The power of money.
Your money that's killing everything.
But that orc is missed. It is now decimated. Done. Varric, it's your turn.
So there's the cave bear, the orc is dead. There's our quarry who is
Currently trying to get over a table, yes.
And then there was another dude he was talking to, right? Another mage-like figure.
There's the mage, which is now currently held by Spark's hold person spell, and there's 5 bandits up. Well, 5 people you see up the back of the room, bandits essentially,
Okay.
who are just starting to rouse and get ready to get involved.
Few questions. I still have detect magic up. Is there anything magical in the room?
I would say you see a few things, but in the chaos, it's hard to read. However, the mage does have magical items on their person, but not present. They seem more passive than present. And you see the box has got a little arcane. The chest they were looking at has a little arcane lock.
Okay, cool. is there any water on the ground?
In this room, there is a puddle of water underneath the table that extends back towards the cages.
Okay. Cool. How far back is the big group?
So the big group is just on the edge of that puddle of water, but the puddle of water reaches from the group to the mage, and in extent to your quarry.
In terms of feet?
Oh, probably about 50 from you at this point.
Okay.
It's not a massive room.
Alrighty, then that group back there. I'll make my way over to the side and take out what looks like a small bit of Tinker's tools and futz around with the cannon as a glowing ball of red aura just gathers up. Like, oh gosh, oh, here we go, boom, and fire it off as it arcs. And I cast Fireball on the big group of bandits in the back.
Okay, I'll just roll their saves real quick because I don't have high.
DC 17.
No. Okay, roll your damage.
I never get to roll fireball damage.
One of them made it.
No, one of them made it?
One of them made it.
Okay, I'm not casting this using my arcane firearm.
Got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that's a lot of sixes.
Okay.
10.
Give me the numbers.
16, 22, 26, 29.
29. And the one that succeeded takes half, right?
Yes.
As you fire off this fireball, it just arcs, and you just hear the slightest as those bandits at the back of the room, they're just thrown. And what's the range on your fireball? Sorry, it's the
150
radius?
feet. Oh, the radius
is 20
Yes.
feet.
20 feet.
Radius is 20 feet. You catch your target and the mage in the spell.
Okay.
So I don't know if that breaks the whole person.
It shouldn't. No. It is
That's fine. So they just take the damage. So your bandits are gone.
All of them?
All of them. Even the one that succeeded. They are not tanky. They are fodder.
And then the one who is being held by the hold person, so not our quarry, right?
Yep.
The regular mage. The cannon, which is kind of like, it's very much like one of those silver and metal cannons with like a little blue face. If you've seen or played Horizon Zero Dawn, it looks like the face of one of the creatures.
Yep. Okay.
As the fire in the red aura turns to a more blue and purple, and then fires away as the Eldritch Cannon the Force Ballista fires towards the one who is being held, and because it's being held is that attack is with advantage.
Okay. So roll to hit.
That is a lot. 23?
23 definitely hits.
Okay. And that is 16 points of force damage, and he's pushed 5 feet back.
Okay. Yeah, not looking happy. And is that the end of your turn, Beric?
And also, I want to try to get within 30 feet of the group if I can.
Okay, yep, easy enough. Okay, next up it's the cave bear, which is going to look at all of you and just sort of go up on its haunches, but it's wary. It's not a intelligent creature, but it's a creature that knows when it's not in a good place, and it's just going to hold its haunches and just glare, unhappy, but not moving against you. The spellcaster is held. Do they get to make their save at the end of their turn?
I don't think so. Let me check.
For whole person, yeah.
Wait, at the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. So yeah.
Okay. It's going to make... Yeah, so that's a 22.
Yeah, that's safe, but that's the end of his turn as well.
And we come back around 2. Oh, sorry, my apologies. That is not 22. That is a 20 flat.
Yeah, that's still safe.
So we have a chaos roll that has been targeted at the bear.
Okay, I'm willing to go with this. I mean,
That's a very bad situation.
okay, I will roll the chaos.
I do also want to remind you guys that you do have 5 rerolls.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me just find this.
Thank you, Blue, my chaos minion.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
That's either really good or really bad.
6,431.
Does he also get a tuxedo?
No, I'm just about to roll here.
I forgot you're in a tuxedo this whole time.
The target must save, or each of his bones teleports 1d4 miles.
Oh my gosh!
So the bear.
Wow, Blue.
The bear's bones just teleport to random places 3 miles away, and the bear just.
Oh my
god!
Wowzers.
So whoever rolled that, that's on you, not me. That's on you.
That's a pretty. It's
messed
pretty.
All part of the job.
Hey, Oliver.
Yes.
Would you say that's pretty grisly?
Yes, yes, it is. I'm not even going to question the joke. Yes.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
So, the cave bear's dead.
Pretty bad sign.
And at this point, we come to the top of the round. Rix, you're up. The only target is the spellcaster or your target. Which one do you want to go for?
I'm gonna see if I can even react after watching a bear just fucking explode. Probably not. I rolled a 3 on the d20, so I think I'm just shook.
I think so.
I think I'm just shook. Magic is weird. I don't like it, and I am shook.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Spark, you're up.
Okay, how far am I from our target? Not the mage, but the other one.
You're about the same distance, so I'd say for you about 60 feet at this point.
That works out just perfectly. I'll move in for 30 feet, and while running, I'll pull out a little rusted iron ball, and while I'm running, I'll sort of picture throw it, and I'll throw it at the target, and right as it's about to hit, I'll say "not so fast," and it'll the big class, and make a ranged attack roll. Yeah, so I roll a d20 plus 8. Oh yeah, that's a 24.
So as you it impacts, and they're like and just bound up instantly and just onto the floor. Brad, if that's the end of Spark's turn, I don't know if you've got anything else to do.
Well, I could dole out some bardic inspiration, but I don't really think it's necessary, so I'll hold my turn there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, it is now your turn.
Okay, so Orc dead, Cave Bear dead, Bandits dead, Black.
Only the mage.
Only the mage.
Only the mage is left because your target is now secured.
Okay. We're just gonna do a quick little. I'll go up and I'll attack him. Why not? So we're going to stab at him with my rapier first, as I then become visible. That's a natural one.
As you go to stab at him, he sort of looks at you and goes, and sort of catches the blade and looks impressed at himself, and then. Ow!
Oh wait, I have a reroll. Thank you so much.
If you want to. I'm sorry, I don't have that document open. I was looking at the wild magic table.
That's a.
We are still working on 6 wild magic. I
am aware. I am just looking at the time and just going, okay, I can get this done. So.
Does a 15 do any better?
15 does a lot better. As he catches it, you just go. Roll damage.
That is 7 damage.
How do you want to do this? So as she's just holding the blade, as she tried to stab him, you just push the blade forwards. What do you do?
That's not a good angle, buddy, and I just stab it at him.
And the rapier just pokes through and sort of, unfortunately, because it's a rapier, tends to deflect when it hits hard objects, so it goes in and comes out the top.
Oh god.
No one liked that. Ugh.
He didn't want to get his head in the game.
Well, that brings combat to a close.
Does
Quickly, it does, because the target is secured. You have no enemies left to fight, and there is just a skin suit that used to be a bear on the floor. I'm not letting you forget this, Blue.
The target can make a DC 20 strength check once. Might want to do that for fun.
I would just... 1. No. I told you this dice rolls once. I told you.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Yeah. So I'd just say, for the purposes of this, I would say if you can roll a group investigation check just to get an idea of what you will find as you get through, I can tell you.
33.
22.
Fuck it, no one else needs to roll. No one else needs to roll.
If somebody wants to help me, we can do with advantage. For 37.
As you look through, you find a strong wooden chest with a heavy lock that was on the table. It's got the Magistrar's coat of arms emblazoned on it in an iron symbol over the lock. That is the main item that you were probably here for. There are other items I can list off to you, or you can proceed to trying to deal with this chest. Because there is a lot you can find, or I can tell you after the stream what you found.
Is it magical?
I can open the chest.
Okay, you can attempt to open the chest. It is not magical.
Nat 20 for a 34 total.
As you click the lock open, it just springs open with these. It's not a complicated lock, it's more of just a storage lock, something to keep it closed. And as it opens, you can see there's an assortment of papers and plans here. As you were told, some of them do pertain to movements of the guard in the city, and some of them do pertain to, some of the movements. There are a couple of notes that are interesting, mentioning possibility of a coming war with Scoof to the south, which is one of the southern countries that you have travelled through. As you're digging through all these things, the chest has a false bottom that you can see is blatantly angled. As you lift all these papers out and lift the false bottom off, you find a interesting, shall we say, drawing of a certain familiar minotaur wearing what can only be described as a pink Lolita dress, holding a little flowery umbrella. And below that, as you lift the drawing away, you find a pink Lolita dress with a flowery umbrella.
Oh.
It seems that he was more mad about his personal effects being stolen.
Well, this got a little weird.
And as you find this and the items carefully away, knowing it's probably not a good idea to piss off the Minotaur, just close the box back on. You can make your way back to town and present them to him, or do whatever you wish. But as I am conscious of time, that is where we shall end this one shot, successfully having recovered the items. Congratulations, and well done.
And we all get 7 levels. Nice.
If we pop into chat after this, I'll explain exactly what you get from this, because there's a lot, especially for that. You got a lot.
That went a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
Granted, a bunch of shit just went off on the first turn. That was pretty ridiculous.
I was not expecting the orc to go down the first turn. I thought I was going to hold up for a little longer. Saying that, I wasn't expecting there to be a bear skin suit at the end of it either, so...
No one just expects a bear skin.
I do.
Well, I mean, we all had dreams that came true today.
That's very true. So, hopefully, that is, well, unfortunately, that is the end of this session. But,
Awesome.
as I
Well,
said,
thank you so much, Oliver. That was so great.
oh, certainly brought the chaotic in. And I will let you all, I'll put in chat if I roll one more of the if that's all right with you, one more of the Wild Magic events. Just eat one of those up, and I'll let you know in chat what actually happens, so I don't interrupt any closing of the stream.
Well, we're going to start closing the stream with our outroductions of our awesome players here who were so great to donate their time and their efforts and really giving us an awesome stream. So why don't we start with Renee? Can you tell us where to find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Renee the Goblin. I tweet about D&D stuff, just general stuff. Can't really vouch for the quality of it. But my segue is what I can vouch for the quality of is you can find me at Wizard Kitty Dice on Instagram. I'm currently building up my inventory and hoping to get my shop up and running and commissions open by summer. And that's really all I got going on. Also, I need to know who donated the most so I can contact them to pick my hair.
It was Freddie.
Okay.
Renee also runs our very, very last game of the week. Do you want to tell us a little pitch about that?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Thanks for letting me know or reminding me. So I'm running Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow. And it is a just 5e supplement game where we're all dogs and cats and we're gonna be good dogs, I guess.
That sounds like the perfectly wholesome way to really round out the chaos of the week. Awesome. Ian, do you want to tell us where we can find you and more of your goodness?
Yeah, you can find me at Ian Flat on both Twitter and Twitch. I also run a Curse of Strahd game at The Mists Awaken here on Twitch. You can find us on Twitter at Mists Awaken. We're currently doing a Candlekeep Mysteries giveaway through D&D Beyond, so you can check out our Twitter page for how to get to that information.
Okay, but can you give me your Strahd impression?
Well, I kind of play him a little bit down here. Not so much the Russian edge, but more of the calculating.
I'm going to need everyone in chat to roll to fall in love.
I already did.
I will be rolling now. Doesn't look good. I'm going to be a vampire now.
I just discovered something about myself.
Join the Legion.
Happily. All right. Drew, can you tell us where we can find you? And if possible, can you do it in a Strahd impression? Or better?
I'm so not good at the Russian any other things. I'll do Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. How's that sound?
Just as good.
Oh yeah, so I'm at the God Sea there on the and you can find me. It's SEA, like a sea of gods, and I post some stuff. I react to things. I like things and give comments. And, the Twitter for the God Sea. The God Sea's Twitter. The Twitter specifically chosen for God Sea.
I don't even think I need to roll to fall in love. You just have it. My whole heart.
Oh, I love someone. I have a headache.
This is how I imagine Brad talks.
Yeah, right? Okay. Do you have anything else? Are we off to Hugo?
I am hoping to start basically making dice and dice bags as well, hopefully starting in the summer. I'm still waiting on all my parts to begin the process. So, shipping. Yay! But yeah, I'll post stuff on Twitter whenever that gets up and running. So
yeah, I can't wait to see the new stuff you guys bring to the dice making community.
Here's my dice bag so far. Ready? Here it is. Here's what I got. Love it.
That is not enough coverage.
That's not enough.
Hugo, do you want to tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, sure I can. It's not much to plug, honestly. Like I said before, the Discord is really the only place I really hang out. Not much on Twitter just yet. So I might start picking that up depending on what sort of stuff I get myself into. So yeah, go check out all these other wonderful people, of course, and I'll be lurking on the Discord. You can find me there as Torgor. And yeah, that's it for me.
Hugo, how much money does chat need to donate for you to join Twitter right now?
To join Twitter right now,
how many bits?
It wouldn't be ridiculously high, I suppose. Like 20 euros in bits.
Do you
or
think if we get 20 euros by the end of this outro, you will leave this call and join Twitter?
Yes, I promise.
All right, Chaos. Make it happen.
Nice.
The oath has been made.
Oliver, thank you so much for running this awesome game. It's been a great time. You've played in games this week and have been phenomenal. Where can we find you? Tell us your dreams and how we can make those happen.
Okay, so obviously Oliver Biggs, Oliver_Biggs on Twitter. I don't really post a lot there. I'm more just following, and I am in the Discord as well. I do a lot of music, I do a lot of D&D, and I do homebrew, DMing, all sorts of bits and pieces. My dreams, well, I enjoy doing music. So if anyone wants to, work with me on tracks or do something, give me a shout, because all my professional gear arrives at the end of the week, end of the month. What is time? But no, it arrives at the end of the month, so I'll be up and going then, and I'll be able to do full tracks for people. But aside from that, no, I'm just me. And I look forward to telling these guys exactly what they got when we get out of this call, because there's a lot of stuff there that they're probably going to want to carry forwards if we ever do a continuation of this.
Oh, you guys are getting serious, huh?
You never know.
Wow, you love to see players fall in love, truly. And you're welcome for making that happen for you.
I couldn't ask for better players, honestly. They are truly chaotic.
So I am going to have chat decide who we are going to raid after the stream. So
actually, we're not going to raid because it's not the last stream of the day.
Oh, that's a good point, because Mirai is going to be DMing her out of canon Keys to the Surface one-shot.
All I'm going to say about that is giant space hamsters on a train. That's all you need to know.
God damn it.
How is that not the best plug?
Well, also flying books and maybe getting stuck in a board game and going into the Wild West and maybe timey-wimey bullshit. So,
and who knows, maybe Barebone show up.
Yeah. So I thought giant space hamsters on a train was a good tagline to get people to come watch. So there's your blurb. We go live in about an hour, although that might be a little bit later depending on how quickly I can breed giant space hamsters. So yeah, just watch for that. Oh god. Yeah, just watch for that live notification. Sorry to scare you like that, Frankie. You'll enjoy it, I promise, I think. Maybe.
We are here for the strange, interesting, and beautiful.
For sure.
Also, we are at $3,630 raised on stream. I just wanted to say that because that's pretty exciting.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
That is
awesome.
And our chat winner, now that I'm here on stream, is going to be winning this Chaotic Lawful Chunky D20 boy, inked in the blackest black, such as this one.
Oh, it's so sexy.
Ooh.
It's almost as sexy as the man who won it. Because it's my boyfriend.
It's going to an appropriate home then.
Right, yeah, I can say that. I'm allowed to say that. I'm dating him.
So yeah, thanks for joining us. And thanks for putting up with me being on this stream. Normally I'm in chat, wrecking absolute destruction with other people's money lately. And yeah, we're gonna finish out this weekend strong and have a great time collecting more money for the WHO COVID-19 Fund, the Equal Justice Initiative, and there's one more. Oh, Mind UK, of course. The beloved Mind UK.
All right,
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks so much, Starbuck, for taking over for me for a bit. I will be back later tonight. And thank you all so much for watching and being here and supporting our awesome players that made this wonderful one-shot happen today. We are going to log off, but we'll be live again in probably just about an hour. So we'll see you then. You best be there. Otherwise, that might not be giant space hamsters. That's all I'm saying. So have a good night. Have a good day if we don't see you again, wherever you are. And we'll see you then. Goodbye.